The motherfucking world is a ghetto, full of magazines, full clips, and heavy metal when the smoke settles. I'm just looking for a big yellow. It's 6 stilettos, Dr. Dre. Hello. Percolating, keep them waiting while you sitting there hating. Your bitches hyperventilating, hoping that we penetrating. You kids nating, cause I never been to Satan. For hardcore administrating, gangbang affiliating. If you in the air, you wildin' off a phone, and the whole half a gallon is a gallon. 911 emergency, you can tell him. It's my son, he's hurting, and he's a felon. On patrol for robbery.
All right. A couple technical difficulties this morning. Antonio immediately said, called me a boomer. Hello. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Yeah, I'm a boomer. Where's Antonio? I don't know. Maybe I better resend the link. No, the link should work. Yeah, my computer froze up. I was all ready to go. I woke up just in time, ran downstairs, gave Andrea a smooch and the baby a smooch and said, I got to go to work. And she said, already? And I was like, yeah, and I'm late. I was up last night, and I shouldn't have been. I got to remember my schedule. But these guys are making fun of me over, Mike S. Miller has a show called Drawn and Quartered. And Drawn and Quartered on the Blacklist universe. That's the biggest thing on that channel. In which all of these artists, all of these Comicsgate artists get together and have kind of a little drawing contest. And it's a lot of fun. It's fun to watch, but it's on Tuesday nights. And of course, Tuesday nights, I am otherwise occupied. I've got to go and be on the High Council. So I've never been able to be a part of it. And last night, for some reason, the High Council, there were all kinds of YouTube issues last night. YouTube crashed yesterday. Right in the middle of the High Council, YouTube crashed. The High Council, I should say, I should just explain, is a Star Wars show starring me and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, the Geeks and Gamers channel, and then Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters. Three big Star Wars criticism channels. We're the ones who get blamed for the boycotts, even though we don't recommend boycotts ever. So we're in the middle of that show, which is very popular, and YouTube crashes. I mean, it crashed. It was very, very strange. So we kept talking through it. And we kept showing that we had about 200 people watching us, even though there he is. There's Antonio. Hi.
Good morning, sir. I was here the first time.
Yeah, I know. And Critias. Hi, Critias. Good morning.
How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Antonio.
Good morning.
So YouTube crashed yesterday. I kept going. With the High Council, I think everybody was confused. Everybody blamed. Some people were blaming the Pakistanis, which was weird. I wasn't used to that. I'm used to people blaming the Russians. I didn't know the Pakistanis were capable of such malevolence, but of course they are. The Pakistanis can do what the Russians can do, can't they?
Yeah, it's a new bot form.
Yes, they're looking to raise their profile a little bit. The Pakistanis, so they shut down YouTube. Gradually, we got it all put together again, and we continued to finish up the High Council. And when the High Council was over, and it went late, Jeremy ran it late. My High Council episodes are an hour and a half, tops. Jeremy ran his late, and when I got off, those guys were still doing Drawn and Quartered. So in order for them to stop calling me a chicken, and they do, hey Tug, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Pretty
Morning,
good.
Tug.
That umbrella guy joins us. I just don't want to be called a chicken. I'm not a chicken. It's like Rebel Without a Cause, and I'm in my car like I'm about to, race towards the edge of a cliff against James Dean. I'm not a chicken. So I'll go on there and I'll draw against some of the best artists in Comicsgate. So I did it. There was 40 minutes remaining. I stayed up like a dummy and I drew Freddy Krueger. And then I was so revved up from that that I just stayed up longer. And I ended up, I don't know, I went to bed. What time was it? Like 2 or 3 a.m. That's not good when you have to get up at 9 a.m. To do a morning show. It's not great. And then on top of that, Andrea goes, Ethan, get up. Like it's 6 o'clock. And I'm like, what? And she's at the window. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm thinking like alien invasion, like it looks like a scene from I'm gonna wake up and open the window and there are gonna be UFOs landing. Or because I'm watching The Sopranos, an FBI raid. That's what I want. I want an FBI raid. Open up, it's the FBI. And Andrew's like, hide the guns. And I'm like, oh no. All the machine guns we have here. So no, it wasn't. It's the house across the street. There was smoke coming out of it. She was concerned that the house was on fire. I told her, I said, if the house were on fire across the street, that they'd have, alarms would be going off and stuff. I'm sure they have fire alarms. Don't worry about it. She's like, I'm gonna go over there and check. And so she did. She says, no, they were burning something in their yard. 6 a.m. What the? You know what I mean? Like, what goes on? What's going on? I'm just can't explain anything anymore. Diablo Hashcraft says EVS canceled The Sopranos. I didn't cancel The Sopranos. I didn't cancel it. Not at all. In fact, if anything, I'm celebrating the return of The Sopranos. You guys aware of this?
No.
You're not aware of the return of The Sopranos?
No, I'm just rewatching it again. So no, I didn't know that.
Well, it's true. Check this out. Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark character details emerge. This just came out yesterday. Very excited about this, especially considering the fact that I am watching The Sopranos now. I'm almost done. I'm the last season 6 is split into 2. I think it's like 20 episodes total. I might have 5 episodes to go, and I'm going to finish it today. So this news is very welcome to me. Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark. What a great title. Character details emerge. So obviously, the problem with The Sopranos, if you've watched it, is that there can't be any more. James Gandolfini died. So unfortunately, that's it. If you're a fan, it's over. Or is it? David Chase, creator of The Sopranos, writer of many of the episodes of The Sopranos, is bringing it back for a movie. And it's going to be a prequel movie. The movie takes place between the years 1968 and 1975. So hopefully they're going to reuse some of the same cast that they used for the flashback scenes of the TV show. The TV show had a bunch of different scenes of young Tony Soprano at age 9, but also as a teenager. You got to see him interacting with his father, Johnny Soprano, who was a gangster. And all of the characters, Uncle Junior was, by the way, the actor that they got to play Uncle Junior as a kid or as a young man looked just like the actor who played, Uncle Junior as an old man. It was really everything about that show was top notch. It was also believable. So it's almost like we don't really need James Gandolfini. We could just go back to the 1960s and 70s and show Tony Soprano, the teenager, kind of rising up, right. In the family. Dickie Moltisanti, first cousin of Tony's wife. That would be, this is Chris's father. We're going to get to meet Chris's father, who we've only heard about, and we know a police officer killed him. amazing, just absolutely amazing. I'm excited. So these are all the characters. They're going to introduce somebody named Aldo Moltisanti, who sounds like he's going to be the connection between Dickie Moltisanti and Johnny. So Tony's grandfather, also Chris's grandfather, I guess. I'm excited. March of 2019, they're going to start production. I don't care about Star Wars anymore. I only care about this. Like Star Wars Episode 9 is just one endless headache. And this is just, I don't know. It's a nice Excedrin. It's an Excedrin capsule. It's a cool glass of water in hell, is what it is. It really is. So I'm excited. Yeah. What do you guys think? None of you have seen Sopranos, though, right? Or
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I watched every episode. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Darth Bobcat, $2 says EVS stole the other 99% of Liz Warren's Indian DNA. Well,
99.99 actually.
I would say that she wasn't using it, so she wouldn't miss it, but she was using it, wasn't she? So, well, what can I say? I'm sorry about that. What a mess that is. That blew up in her face, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a little embarrassing.
A little embarrassing. Why even bother? Why bother doing that? Why is it important to be Indian?
I guess it's one of the benefits.
Because they showed that she used it when it was to her advantage, and then when it wasn't to her advantage, she'd leave it off and stuff. So you could pick and choose. I wish I could pick and choose. When it's like, oh, I'm white now. Now I'm not white. I could just swap it out. I
think it's just where their party politic goes, though. Hey, my merit is X. And X isn't about having any kind of message or anything else. It was about, hey, I've got to prove this one point. And it's, when that blows up in your face, what else do you have left?
Right.
You got nothing left. Let me see. What persecuted minority would I like to be? I would like to be Indian. I would like to be Eastern Indian.
Eastern,
what do you think of that?
Trans.
I would be the coolest Indian in the world. I would be the coolest. I would be in the United States. I would be a secret agent. I'd be 00711. EVS.
What?
I would be the coolest Indian ever. I totally would. You guys would be very, very proud of me. What would you like to be, Antonio? If you could be a minority, which one would you be?
Well, I'm already a minority, either.
Oh.
I was like, you're not a minority.
Umbrella Guy, what would you be if you could be a minority?
Well, let's see. I think they said oh man, that's really hard. I would need to, if I wanted to be the most oppressed, I need some kind of, obviously I need to be female, first of all, and I need to be Middle Eastern or Asian. I think that's listing as the most oppressed minorities now. So I don't know. I'd have to narrow it down a little bit. God, man,
a woman
thought on a really easy question. You got the 00711. Really got me there.
All right, let's see what else is going on, by the way. Let's get out of the minority talk. We don't need to talk about minorities. We're only going to get ourselves in trouble. Zack Snyder's original DCEU plans. Zack Snyder, I'm not crazy about what Zack Snyder did to the DCEU. I know some people are. Some people think this is the greatest thing in the world. I am not. I'm not thrilled with any of it. I find it to be kind of dark and bleak. And as I look over this cast here, I don't know. This just makes me sad. You know how like when a movie is super overhyped and it ends up everywhere, you end up seeing all of these characters, all of these faces, all of these costumes all over the place. And then the movie kind of bombs, it tanks. And then you have to see it again like a year later, how depressing it is. Darth Bobcat says, wait, Antonio is black? Yeah, it turns out he is. I was like, whoa. Zack Snyder's DCEU. What would have happened, Antonio, if Zack Snyder had been allowed to do whatever he wanted to do? Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the DC stable of superheroes are some of the most recognizable characters in popular culture. Free from the complicated licensing deals and business entanglements that prevented Marvel from launching a shared cinematic universe for years, Warner Brothers entrusted filmmaker Zack Snyder with shepherding their most famous heroes into the Justice League and what we've come to call the DCEU. This is very flowery, as every film fan knows. As every film fan knows, following the Man of Steel, Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman, Snyder's original vision was recalibrated at best, or just outright dismissed. In our video above, we take a look at everything we know. No, I don't want to know about that. We here at MovieWeb champion the DC Comics stable of heroes, villains, and supporting characters. We've loved so many of. This guy's speaking for MovieWeb as a cult here. They've loved the 60s. Did you guys love the 60s Adam West Batman?
Yeah.
For the campiness of it, yes.
It's the best Batman.
Is it? It's the very best Bat. Oh wow! Hi, Doug. How are you?
Morning. My people.
What's going on, Doug?
I don't know
I like
about.
it 'cause it's for kids. It's like kids love that show, and adults did too. Of course, there's great humor in it.
I even like the movie that they did was pretty good too.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
And after that, I like Tim Burton's Batman. The first Batman, I think, is really good.
And Batman Returns too. I like Batman Returns with the Penguin.
Yeah.
And then Chris Nolan's is where I think I like it, but just from like a academic sense, or like, oh, I give up. Okay, fine. It's Christian Bale just doing this. Like we're trying so hard to be we're gritty and badass for adults.
He was doing a Richard Nixon impression. I don't know if you caught that, but it's like when he first became Batman, he pulled that criminal up and he said, "Answer to me," like that.
Wilbur, Mr. Ed.
Yeah. So that's what it struck me. I stifled a laugh in the movie theater, which was awkward because I was there with like DC, everybody from DC. And we all came out of there going, yeah, that was good. But I was like, why do you talk like Nixon? Risey Toxic Fan Lee, thanks for $5. If I could be a minority, I'd be a mutant, so I could team up with Magneto and take out the dirty flat scanners. Well, I didn't know that was a choice when I said I'd be Eastern Indian. I didn't know. Chris Chambers, thanks for $5. Watching food go directly from Doug's dirty hands to his mouth just now was more disturbing than the first time I watched The Exorcist. Yeah, I know. We see the problem is we all know so much about each other now that I don't know. Does familiarity breed contempt or just germs? Like what,
just germs. What?
We share each other's DNA already. It's too late.
I wouldn't go that far, but
we've contaminated each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Adam West Batman. Here's the what is he doing? He's showing us his food.
Got some bacon.
Let me see what's going on here.
Got some bacon. We've got eggs with these are chilies that I grew in my garden. And then the beloved Miss Snaple made me a scone. This is a little scone.
That's nice. It's nice to get a scone in the morning.
Yeah, we don't serve food like that in the hood. It's not.
That's right. There's no green, no collard.
Your breakfast portion is just it's very small compared to my breakfast portion.
Yeah.
Goth Ethan Van Sciver is here. He's got a picture of me as a caricature artist when I was 19. He says, "Any hot babes in the chat?"
Hi, I can be a hot babe.
If there are any hot babes in the chat, Goth Ethan Van Sciver with his 6 earrings in one ear would like to speak to you. Just say, "Hey, Goth Ethan Van Sciver." You'll find
you get his Bryce knows hot babes.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
I don't know if they were hot. They were just babes.
They were just babes.
Yeah.
They were lukewarm babes.
Pretty much.
Well, he does a show called Sexy Time. He better have connections to hot chicks.
No, it's just it's sexy party. It's a party.
Oh, sexy party.
Yeah, it's a sexy party, and the last week was about an epic fail that I called fat sex. So Fat Sex was it was actually I enjoyed the stream, but yeah, it was me and Sashi had some fun on that one.
Oh, I'm eating.
It was great.
Thinking of Bryce having fat sex.
Now watch this. Watch me play this off. Tell me about this fat sex. What's that like?
Oh no, you really don't trust me. You don't want me to go there.
My cholesterol's going up. My cholesterol's going up. Just thinking about it.
Not in the morning. Not in the morning. Yeah. So, well, I don't, listen. Batgirl was the best thing about the Adam West Batman show, and that was it. And I'll tell you something. If you were watching the Batman show back then, and then you saw Batgirl pull up on her motorcycle in the animated opening,
oh yeah,
then you knew you were in for a good time.
For time called Batgirl.
Catwoman was Tamor. Wasn't Julie Tamor? What's her name?
They had 3 different Batgirls on that. So
where did you Julia
Newmar? No, Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, and what was the other one?
Eartha Kitt was great too.
Perfect.
She did the voice of Yzma in Emperor's
Oh
New Groove.
yeah, I love that.
Bonk, hit him in the head. That was Catwoman.
Why are there so many Catwomen? Why couldn't they just hang on to one?
Well, I said there were 2 Riddlers. There were 2 Riddlers and at least 2 Mr. Freezes or whatever they called him. Sometimes, because I think at that time they were calling him Mr. Zero or something. And,
yeah. And Vincent Price was Egghead.
Yeah, he was Egghead.
Well, I met Julie Newmar. First of all, Julie Newmar is the ultimate Catwoman, in my opinion. She was meant to be Catwoman.
Yeah.
And she should have been Catwoman all throughout. I mean, everyone loves Julie Newmar. She's iconic. I meeting her, I kind of got a clue as to why there were 2 other Catwomen. And I think, well, I met her with my son Hunter, who was maybe 8 or 9 at the time. And she was doing a signing at a convention, and we got, went up there to get her to sign some stuff. And she said, hey, that's a nice watch to me. I said, well, thanks. And then she turns to my son and goes, does he hit you with it? And Hunter was like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, does he wrap that around his knuckles and punch you with that? And Hunter was honestly stunned. And I don't know. I mean, I
love this story. That is the best Comic-Con story ever.
Hunter was like, what do you, and so, yeah, that was odd. And I searched her face, for any sense of, where are we going here with this? What are you trying to, is this a joke that I don't get? Like, what's going on? And I think that was just either she had gone crazy, or she just felt like that was her sense of humor. That was just the way that she was. In any case, it would be hard to have that on the set all the time when you needed Catwoman. So you might want to trade her out for a couple of others. And the Catwoman that there were 2 other Catwomen. What was the first one?
Oh, it was Julie. Well, you talking about Julie Newmar, and then
Eartha Kitt, and then there was another one, and she was probably the what was her name? The chat's probably screaming it right now. JP4, thanks for $5. Critias is a hot Puerto Rican babe, and you missed my previous super chat. Whoops, I'll get it. Thank you. Risey Toxic Fan Lee says, get Yellow Flash on here, please. He's always invited, but he just sits in the chat and trolls the chat, and he never comes in. And I can't explain it. Lee Merriweather, thank you.
Lee Merriweather, yes.
Lee Merriweather was like, she won Miss USA or Miss America in 1955.
Oh yeah,
and that's why she was on the show. Absolutely beautiful woman. And by the way, Doug, hot, like, she's got a great looking daughter.
Yeah.
Honestly, Lee Merriweather travels with her daughter, who is pushing late 40s, so she's just right for you.
Yep. Yep. I'll dance with that lady.
Yeah, as a gentleman.
Of course, as a gentleman. It's for her self-image. Her self-image.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Lee Merriweather just seemed to be the nicest of the Catwomen and probably the most stable. Eartha Kitt was probably too busy. She had a music career too, I think. and was a big star. She
Big
was a
dancer.
No, Eartha Kitt was living that life. Did you not hear something? I think she wrote like a book, and she talked about like some of the things she was doing with like Paul Newman, and she let Paul Newman and some other guy do things to her. It was kind of crazy. I was like, what?
Wait, she let Paul Newman do things to her?
I'm trying to be. Yeah, she was in some menage a trois.
Kronk.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she kind of thought. Yeah, she was living a life.
You
I was
hit
like-
him in the head.
And I was like, yeah,
Stuff was going on back then in the 60s.
I didn't know she was living that life. I was like, oh my God. Okay. She was.
Yeah. and think of how today they just parade around like we have the first black Catwoman.
Mhm.
And it's like back then it was just normal.
Yeah,
Was it normal?
I mean, they didn't
I mean, 'cause
announce
it was-
it. They weren't virtue signaling. They
yeah,
didn't
that's
mean
true.
to
They
gain by it.
were just like, hey, Eartha. And I mean, Eartha Kitt was well known. They were like, hey, Eartha Kitt's making a guest appearance on Batman and she's Catwoman. And everybody.
But then again, when Captain Kirk kissed a black woman, he kissed Nichelle Nichols.
That was the network that didn't want that to air. CBS did not want that to air on their airwaves when before nobody had seen the show.
Yeah.
And they were afraid that the southern markets were going to black the show out.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of flack for that.
But notice it's Hollywood that's racist on behalf of the South.
Exactly.
It was Hollywood that was going like, we can't do this. And now in the name of racism, they go, we have to put blacks everywhere. They're still just racist. They don't get the principle.
Yeah. Well, it would be great if everybody could just get along in STFU, but they can't. They can't get along in just STFU. We have to, I don't know, cause trouble. All right, look. Let me get back to this here. 1 second. I do want to finish this article. This is very, very important. And I'm afraid I initially started this out with this idea that I would chop up these articles into little mini videos. I can't. We digress so hard that it's like, there's no possible way to make little mini videos anymore. In an early 2018 editorial, the Washington Post declared the Zack Snyder era of superhero movies is over and you should be sorry. What is going on with this? What can we get? We have to just get everyone out of it. We have to start over again. Where did the adults go? Where these headlines? What is this headline? I mean, how dare you tell me I should be sorry that Zack Snyder's era of superhero movies is over? I'm not sorry at all. I didn't like any of them.
I like 300.
Me too.
Watchmen, it was better than I thought it would be, but the ending really kind of sucked because I liked the ending in the book. So I thought they should have kind of stuck with that, but then he changed it. So it kind of bothered me a little bit. I was like,
To me, after 300, he could do no wrong. He ruined other movies, but he justified his whole career with 300.
Yeah, 300 is incredible. It still holds up to me.
Brash, rude, broad, swinging for the fences movie. It is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish he would do that to the DC universe instead of doing like.
Well, I think that's what they're trying to do. Like, Zack Snyder's whole thing is like a filter. It's like this weird, dark, strange, filter over everything that he does. And it's like, yeah, that movie was so very, very stylized. And then they kind of want to put that oppressive thing over, the Super Friends.
And they had like dumb heavy metal, like really dumb remixed heavy metal, which is great. And those guys were pure cartoon. Leonidas was a pure cartoon character than any Batman I've seen coming from Snyder. Like he should have just gone. They should have let him go. He got a little weird with Sucker Punch,
that was beautifully shot though. That movie looks incredible, but it didn't hold up for me.
You don't want him unleashed in that way. You want him kind of still afraid, kind of like early Lucas. When he's truly unleashed, you get bad. But when they're afraid and trying to earn something, they make better stuff.
I'm glad you said that because I always have thought, what if young George Lucas had done the Star Wars prequels?
Oh, they would be incredible.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
man, he was in his creative peak then, and it's like then you get older, just like Steven Spielberg got older.
That's right.
They go, hey, let's go back to ET and take those guns out and
Yeah.
CGI walkie talkies in, and I go, oh, okay.
Yeah, if young Spielberg made AI, it would probably be one of the best movies ever made.
Oh yeah,
Right? It'd be
exactly.
like a rip roaring, Blade Runner.
Some people are just like, I like Sucker Punch, and the Retro Graphic Books LLC says Sucker Punch was amazing. F the haters.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
I can't do it. I can't do it with you. It's beautifully shot though. The movie looks incredible. It's just the way it was filmed is immaculate. But
it's unpleasant.
yeah,
it's
it just
unpleasant movie.
Right.
But it looks good. It looks cool. Umbrella Guy, did you see Sucker Punch? All right. Oh, he's not even here anymore.
Oh, okay, we lost Tug. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, Tug's being quiet. I'm gonna ask him a question and see what he thinks.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was. I thought the way it looked was great. I thought everything looked nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was oppressive. Everything oppressive is the best word I can think of to describe Zack Snyder's the mood that hangs over everything that he does. Every shot has to just be super clever and well. Camera moves and interesting filters and fake CGI added. And I don't know. Meanwhile, somebody brought up Dawn of the Dead, and I'm just like, yeah. Dawn of the Dead breathed a little bit more. Ironically, there were moments where it was just the camera was just sitting there, and we're just talking to people, and you know what I mean. There's nothing really that funny or amusing about what's going on, like in terms of camera trickery and hey, we're throwing our box of tricks at the screen. It's just the movie just was allowed to be normal and breathe. And when the effects came in, it was because there were reasons for the effects to come in. Zack Snyder's movies all just feel so phony to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and if there's a fault to 300, it is I just think in that case, the phoniness really worked. I just think, man, that thing clicks along, and it does look like a commercial. Right. It's obviously, all green screened, everything. But in that one instance, I really believe in that movie. It really hit me. It's good. I love it.
Yes. I'm sorry. Cecil's in the chat, and he is giving Doug hell. He is like, oh my God, he just super chatted to say Smugless is peak pomposity today. 10 out of 10 unbearable. Thank you, Cecil. I don't know if you want to come in here.
Get on the show. Get on the show, you cowering little baby. Yeah, hide in the chat.
To be honest with you, I'm sure he's got he's at work or something like that. But yeah, I just tried to send him a message. I guess I'm not gonna bother. Everybody has the link. Everybody that that wants to come in should be able to come in.
He was posting pictures of the beloved Miss Tenaple last night. I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
That last picture.
What he was posting pictures of the beloved Miss Tenaple? How does that work?
See the picture he posted last night in the room there?
No. How did he get a picture of your wife?
You gotta look in the message feed at the picture he posted.
Okay, hold in the CGI live lounge?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
The joke is that Cecil seems to have posted an enormous breasted woman in a bra that barely fits her. And she looks very nice.
How dare you, Cecil?
I
didn't appreciate that.
My God.
That just crashed all these men into depression. All the guys in the chat are just like, oh, everyone's heartbroken. Oh.
Well, we've seen. What's sad about this is I've seen your depiction of the beloved Miss Tenaple, and in contrast with this, I'm just like, you're not giving her enough credit.
She looks pretty angry in that pic, though.
She doesn't look angry. She's got a come hither look on her face, and you make the beloved Miss Tenaple look like, please get away from me.
She's saying, "Come hither and take out the trash."
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just it's time for a new painting of Mrs. Tenaple, I would say.
Yeah, I guess I better update it.
Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee, kneel before our savior EVS. That's not necessary. Oh, Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee says, "Yo, Uncle E, Wave 3 of the solo figures are out. I was anticipating those, and I kept looking up Wave 3 of Solo, and it just seemed like repackaged versions of figures that had already come out. But later on down here, you're saying that they've made a figure of Rio, the monkey dude from Solo. Says
Oh, yeah, I got to get that.
Dude,
they're still making figures? Are they crazy?
Well, they never stopped. They never really stopped putting out Star Wars figures. And the Solo line has been embarrassing because it didn't come out in time for the movie. They were able to get a bunch of Han Solo figures out. There are like 4 different variants of Han Solo. I have them all. And one of them you had to buy the stupid
Land Speeder or whatever, or
the
the Millennium Falcon. And
yeah. You had to buy the Falcon, the Land Speeder. I bought both of those. And the Land Speeder looks like a book. It looks like a Book of Mormon with a you know, the boys used to come knocking on our door, the missionaries, Mormon missionaries, with like a blue Book of Mormon. And, you know, that's exactly what this looks like. It looks like somebody just went Book of Mormon, dig it out, put seats in it. Perfect. Send it to the, you know, odd, very odd. So anyway, the Solo figures were kind of like, first of all, none of them said Solo, a Star Wars story on them. They just said Star Wars in yellow. Like they were in every signal they sent about this movie showed that they were ashamed of it. You know, they didn't put Solo on the action figures at all. And I bought the first 2 waves. There were maybe 2 characters from Solo in the total 2 waves. And now here's the 3rd wave. They finally put out the little monkey kid that I love, Rio, who has Jon Favreau's voice. I'm going to have to go out and buy all these and review them, of course. I mean, of course.
Yeah, get the monkey.
The monkey was and they killed him.
Yeah. He
the monkey
sacrificed himself for the, that's always the big third act sacrifice. Got to have that.
Well, it was the first act sacrifice.
No, it was wasn't it on the train heist or?
Yeah, that was like the first act. I know, but it probably felt like the 3rd act.
It did. It's been so long. Yeah.
Yeah, that train heist happened in the first, maybe the 2nd act. It was
because they were on Corellia, and then he was in the war, and then he hooked up with Woody Harrelson and the crew.
Okay.
Then there was a lot of stuff had happened by then. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Rob says, but did Ethan murder Alden Ehrenreich, Alden 3rd Ehrenreich with scissors? No, I didn't. Yeah, I called him 3rd Ehrenreich because
that's a good name.
Well, he said there are going to be 3 more. He said, listen, I've signed for 3 Solo movies. I was like, there are not going to be 3 of these, dude. They're not. I'm sorry. I'm going to be Solo and Solo 1, 2, and 3. There isn't going to be a 2, and there damn sure isn't going to be a 3rd Ehrenreich Solo. And so. Yeah, the one. I mean, oh my God, the one we wish we could. Can you?
Solo would it be better if they did Lando instead and did Glover? They can start over with that. That'd be fun.
Dong Lover.
Glover.
Yeah.
We never made that T-shirt, but we should have. I mean, somebody just realized it's just like, hey, his name is literally Don Glover, which is Dong Lover. If you put it together, it's like. Why didn't his parents realize that they were naming their kid Dong Lover?
Well, I learned something today.
It's true. So his name is Dong Lover, and it's a shame because I actually like that guy a lot. I think he's really
he's good.
How can you have to call him Dong Lover? You have to. It's too good. Solo 2, Dong Lover Supreme, says Beaver Brain. That's right. Low Res Boy says, I remember the day you said that EVS. It was an epic day. Yellow Flash says, I wish I could jump on and explain. Why can't you jump on and explain? Are you at work?
The Yellow Flush. The Yellow Flush.
By the way, Yellow Flash is the one who everyone points to and says this is proof that Comicsgate is a hate group. I sit there and I say, why would you say Comicsgate is a hate group? Like, we're not. What are you talking about? Like, we're just doing comics and we have to defend ourselves against weirdos like you, but I mean, it's like, we're not a hate group. What are you talking about? And then they go, well, Yellow Flash. And I go, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't mistake anger. Anger is not hate. So he's angry.
Yeah. He is
John
angry.
Malin's another one who's angry. Angry is not hate.
But anger leads to hate.
But anger, shut up, Yoda.
Anger leads to suffering.
Oh, is Elliot in here?
He's quoting prequels.
Good morning,
He's
guys.
quoting prequels,
Good morning,
and prequels
Elliot.
are not canon.
Yeah, Elliot is a working man, someone says. He is. Or no, I mean Yellow Flash is a working man. Elliot, last night, everybody was like, what happened to Elliot? Where has anybody seen Elliot?
Yeah, I did. I met with him a little bit. He's busy.
All right, hold on there. Okay, I'm gonna put Elliot on the screen as per request. I said, yeah, I've had Elliot on. Elliot is on my show in the mornings, and they were relieved to hear that. They thought Elliot was gone. No, Elliot is still here. Don't you worry. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go out. I'll go out today. I'll buy the third wave of solo figures if I can get them all. Otherwise, I'm just gonna order them all from eBay, which is usually what I do. I just need the whole set together, and they stagger them.
Which do you prefer, the 3 3/4 inch or the 6-inch figures?
The 3 3/4 by a mile. Just because, and that bothers people. They're like, yeah, they're not posable. Yeah, but you know what? Like all of the ball sockets and joints. I know this drives everyone nuts when I say this. I'm like,
Yeah.
have you seen first of all, Han Solo is very hippie. Like when you have all of those ball sockets and joints and you make it so that Han Solo is able to do a split, they have fat asses. All these characters look ridiculous. Like they're shaped weird. And I understand that they're posable, but they just don't look like human beings anymore. They look like those little dolls that artists buy to pose, those little wooden dolls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't look like
dolls.
people.
Disposable anatomy balls. Yeah, and if you get too much articulation, like all the wrist hinges and stuff, it starts to ruin the design.
That's
and
correct.
flow of the figure. They should barely move like the original set.
Now, if you get the original, that's the thing. The 3 3/4, they are posable slightly more so than the Kenner toys. They usually have wrist swivels, and that's the one on edition that they have. But the folds in the clothing, the fabric that they're wearing, everything looks good. They're just standing there, and they look good to me. So and they're
an
small.
action figure isn't supposed to remove your imagination. You still had to engage your imagination with those original Star Wars figures. You weren't there. Kids don't play with them and put them in these bizarre poses where they can sit Indian style or something. That's not how you play with a figure.
That's how I play with figures.
You point the gun at the bad guy and you shoot him with your figure. If you can hold out his arm with a gun in it. And they can barely hold their guns. They pop out of their hand.
Yeah. Well, what people do is they make these elaborate arguments to me about this, and I'm not going to argue about this at all because they're right. They sit there and they'll say, "Well, these are my these are my 6-inch figure collections. I pose them in dioramas, and look at what I've done." And they show me these elaborate scenes that they've created with lighting and everything, and they look good. I mean, they almost look like real movie scenes. That's just not enough of a reason for me. That's not what I do with these things. Basically, I open them and I flip them around, and then I hand them to Ava, and she chews on them.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
how
use them for art reference mostly. That's how I use them.
Do you really?
Yeah. I'll especially the ones that are the most posable because it's so difficult. They sell these little art dolls now that come in gray or flesh color or white flesh color, I guess, and or black. Jet black, and they're super posable, but sometimes I like to see something with a little bit of how the folds are in the cloth. I've almost bought that Han Solo figure 7 times, but I just
Which one?
The solo Han Solo figure, the Glover one
or a big one?
The big one, the 6-inch one.
Oh yeah.
But I can't do it. I just can't. I don't know why.
I buy them all. I try to buy all of the Star Wars stuff that I can, unless it's just insulting. But then I have to go back. I have to go home and think about it and go, no, the whole point is the insulting toys are better. You want to put those on, on a video and show how bad this sucks. But I actually bought a whole set of Stormtroopers. I should show those. We should do the Stormtrooper unwrapping. Do I feel like being on camera right now? I got 4 hours of sleep, but it's not like. All right, hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Have you guys seen the new Stormtrooper ones? There's a 6-inch variation now that has it's all just muddy. It's the same figure. It's just dirty. I don't understand why I want that one. I could have done that with paint. Stupid toys.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. People were like, "Hey, when was the last time you did a toy review?" And I'm like, "It's been a while." And I have toys like stacked up over there, guys. I really do. All right, let me see.
I gotta tell you, I was jealous of your was it that one, was it the Bantha? Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, the Bantha, the Stormtrooper and Bantha.
Yeah, that was
That was a good toy. I was okay. Let's see. I'm on screen now here.
So
yeah.
what happened to the Bantha? Did it end up in the garbage or?
No, it's over there. It's
okay.
sitting on my table. Can you see?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you see him. He's over there with Lex Luthor there. So.
All right.
Okay, so this is I found this at Target. This is this is ideal for me. When I saw this, I went, yes, this is coming home with me. I have no idea how much it cost. I wasn't paying attention. It wouldn't matter. Like if this was $50. A dewback. So yeah, dewback. Sorry, I let Bantha. Yeah, Bantha go, but it was a dewback.
Dewback. Yeah.
This was probably $50, and I bought it, and I didn't let Andrea know how much it was. I just threw it in the cart with the groceries, you know. Yeah, it's got all the Stormtroopers in it. Target exclusive, of course. It says only at Target. Only at Target. Now, most of these I think I already have. I know this guy was exclusive. You could only get him in a Rose Tico 4-pack that was only available at Kohl's for like $60. $60 for 4 action figures, 3 of which you already have, and then this was the chase piece because it's a variant Stormtrooper. It's a variant Stormtrooper, so you want him. This guy you could buy. This was a Walmart exclusive. Dirty Mud Trooper here.
See, more dirty toys.
Yeah, all right, so let me open this up.
Ethan has FU Star Wars toys money.
Well, yeah, let's see these. I mean, these are ideal for me. And I've got a nice yellow backer. We'll get rid of that. Pretty cool. All of them have guns. That's my America. That's my America, where everyone has guns. Cecil says the Filthy Trooper was based on Doug. Smug, he says though.
I just saw that. That's hilarious.
So this is the Stormtrooper that is supposed to be based on Doug. As you can see, he is filthy. He's got a cape. I don't think the one that I got had a cape on him. That is new. You'll notice that his arm is bent in a way that is not convenient to play with. It's bent like he's always got to be holding his gun to the side and never to the front. That is frustrating.
Hey, I love that. That's sexy.
This Stormtrooper is the best one in the box, I think, because it's a real Stormtrooper. It's not a fake Stormtrooper. And this is the one that came with the Rose Tico 4-pack. And I'd never bought the Rose Tico 4-pack. I never bought it. This is the first time I've had this figure. Hey, welcome, Mike Barron.
Mike.
Thanks. I got nothing better to do.
There is nothing better to do. What is this guy here? What is this? What Stormtrooper is this?
He's cool.
Yeah. I threw the packaging too far away. I don't want to take my headphones off again. Yeah, this guy's pretty great. I like him.
Stormtroopers are my favorite.
He's not a sand trooper. This is not a sand trooper. This is a pilot of some sort. Yeah, Robert Munoz goes, Rose Tico 4-pack. Is that like DVDA? No. And then we've got this Stormtrooper with oh no, you know what this is? This is from Solo. This is the first time I've seen this figure too. This is an Imperial Trooper. And this might actually be Han Solo himself.
Oh.
Whoa, everything came off. Like his glasses came off and everything. All right, so that's good. Oh, we got 2 of those. We get 2 of those. So that was the big deal about this package, I guess. You get 2 of these Imperial Troopers from Solo. And then, of course, a TIE Fighter pilot. And I have like 4 TIE Fighters. So it's good to have another TIE Fighter pilot. Good stuff. All the guns are still in the package. I will probably take those out. And they're so tiny. The problem with these 3 by 3/4 inch toys is that, again, I mean, these little guns are very small. If you blink, like they'll end up inside your eyelid. That's what I'm afraid of. Or You will inhale them. You'll inhale them. That is another worry of mine. Mike Barron, welcome. It's good to have you here. I have to make fun of you in a minute. Hang on a second.
Go ahead.
Okay. People said don't have Mike Barron on ever again. I said, why? Did you see that, Mike? Did you see that commentary?
I saw that.
Okay, so why were they saying don't have Mike Barron on again?
I don't know. He got a hair up his ass about something.
Well, I mean, that's you didn't take the criticism. I mean, you weren't paying attention to why they said no more Mike Barron.
He said that he didn't like the fact that I couldn't believe in superhero movies.
That's correct. So Mike Barron, who is writing a superhero writer icon, came on the show and said, I don't like these superhero movies where superheroes can fly and do stuff. He said, I don't believe in them. And everyone got outraged by Mike. Everyone got outraged, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to take that back and apologize and say, no, I want fanciful superhero? No.
Retract that statement. Recant.
Do you want to double down?
It may be, as I said before, it's that I'm just in a place in my life where I can't really enjoy a story unless I believe it could actually happen. And let's take the most realistic superhero movie of them all, Logan, Old Man Logan, which I enjoyed. I thought it was well done for what it is, but still, you got this guy popping these adamantium claws out of his hand, and they're keen, they're neat. It's a comic book convention. And then you got this little girl popping her adamantium claws out of her hand because she's just spawned or something. And while it's a neat idea and it works in comic books, when I see it on a movie, no matter how well done it's done, I say, no, it doesn't happen that way. And as I've said many times before, the comic books are the most forgiving medium in the world. You can get away with stuff in comic books that you can't in any other medium. Just because of the form. And all you have to do is look at the comics that are being produced today. You can take any conceit, no matter how ridiculous, and it will make a legitimate comic. But that doesn't mean it necessarily will transfer to another medium. Now, I suppose a writer with enough skill could write a superhero movie that a superhero story or novel that you would find credible by providing all sorts of scientific backup and data for why a person can do this, that, or the other thing. But I just in the back of my head, it's just, no, keep it real, keep it realistic. I like drama. I like stuff I believe can happen.
People are demanding you apologize now. Now the chat is becoming a mob. And they are.
If my words have offended anyone,
Mike is blaspheming right now.
Yeah, no, they're not. People are saying, "Don't worry, we forgive you for this." But other people are saying, people are saying, "Let the man speak," and then other people are saying, "This man needs the trebuchet." Now, Mike, the trebuchet means they want me to fling you to Mars on a trebuchet. I don't want to do that.
No,
other people. It won't work. Why not?
No. Trebuchet won't reach that far.
Wrong. It's a 4-stage trebuchet. And I have NASA scientists working on it right now, and I won't hear otherwise. They've taken all my money and convinced me it's possible. So don't dissuade me. Don't disillusion me. No, most people are saying that it's okay. Liquor Jim says, don't apologize for having convictions.
No, thank you, Liquor Jim.
Don't apologize ever for believing what you believe. If you believe that superheroes are stupid,
I never said that.
That's not what you said. That's what I heard. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is that I'm hearing what I don't want to hear you say that you are saying, and then I'm getting angry.
People love their superhero movies, and anybody who shit talks them is just asking for trouble. I didn't mean to ask for trouble. I'm just saying that for me personally, the entertainment that I value the most is stuff that draws me in, that I believe can happen. And it draws me into such an extent that I'm unaware of my surroundings, because my whole thing with fiction is to grab readers by the throat. And to do that, you have to believe that the story could actually happen.
Is that true? What do you think of that, Doug, with your book about Bigfoot wearing a Kraken suit. Doug Tenaple, are you there? Why do people effing leave without saying goodbye? And then I need them for a joke and they're gone. God.
He's crying. It's okay. He's sad.
Oh, Doug. I've never been like angry at Doug before, like not for real. Now I actually am. I just have to just say I gotta go. See ya. So I know not to go to you. I personally I agree in a way, but I'm doing a story about a frog that comes down from space to save us from giant wasps.
Yeah, but you see, you're doing it in a comic book, and the art is so compelling, and I'm sure the story is too, that when you see it in a comic book, you believe it. And that's what I mean about comics being the most forgiving medium there is. You could not have created Superman in any other medium, or Batman. They can only have come from comics, because only comics will legitimize that type of story.
I guess you're right. I'm having trouble right now because I can't find Solo Wave 3 figures. And I'm searching for them everywhere. And I see Wave 2. I don't see Wave 3. Wait. No. No. Solo Wave 3, and it has Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi. What? There is no Solo. Did you guys mess with me? This isn't true? I was all ready to go. Solo Wave 3. Let me show you what it says here. Actually, yes, Solo Force Link Wave 3 temporarily out of stock. This is garbage, and this is what I'd seen before, and the reason why I was disillusioned with the whole process. Let me show you. And Mike, if you want to comment about your personal disappointment about this, that would be fine as well.
I have to read the comic first.
This is look at this. Star Wars Solo Force Link 3. No, wait. Wave 3. Yeah, Wave 3. Darth Vader. Already have him. Kylo Ren. I've got 3 of them. I don't even want the 3 I have. You think I want another one? Leia Organa. This was a great figure, but already have it. It was already out. It was already put out in a where did this come from? I don't remember. Here's Luke Skywalker, the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker that came in the 3-pack with Darth Vader, with the Emperor and the Imperial Guard. I already have this. We've got this Stormtrooper. This is the only new one, and then we've got Michael Jackson in Lord of the Rings for some reason here. Other than that, I don't know what exactly. So what are you talking about? I'm very upset. I'm very upset.
What concerns me is Kylo Ren's head on that figure.
Why does it concern you? Does
It's
it look
so
too
tiny?
It looks tiny. He's hunched over and everything. His shoulders are too broad. That dude is built like Leia here in real life. Like he's not. I mean, he might be tall, but what the hell? Where's my monkey toy?
This is sad.
Why did you make me think I could have a monkey toy and I can't have a monkey toy?
Monkey.
My heart is broken.
It is, and I was very excited the whole time. Mike Barron was talking about how much he hates comic books. I was looking for Solo Wave 3 action figures, and there aren't any. All right, let me read some of these super chats, and I'm only kidding, Mike. I'm sure that you know that. Darth Bobcat is still surprised that Antonio is black. It is true. Antonio is black. JP4. Good morning, all. Good morning to you. Chris Chambers. Okay, we got that one. Critius is a hot Puerto Rican babe. Okay. Yellow Flash on here. This is Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee says the Rio figure is out. The monkey dude from Solo. Maybe you're talking about a 6-inch version. I'm really like worried about it. Fan Advocacy Network. Doug's favorite Catwoman is Halle Berry. He's not here to defend himself against that allegation. Chris Abrams, Trebuchet, Hollyweird in its entirety to the sun. Would that we could, I would be into that. Risey Toxic Fan Lee says a couple of good movies don't make up for effing the DC movies. That's true. Cecil said that Smugless is peak pomposity today. 10 out of 10 unbearable. Darth Bobcat Lee says Cecil has a job. Illusions are shattered. When did Cecil get a job? Does anybody know this?
I don't know.
I didn't know it.
I have
Cecil's
no
whole
idea.
life, since I've known Cecil, and it's been like a year now, his whole existence has been about not working and living off of his wealthy sister and her
Champagne
husband.
wishes and caviar dreams.
I'm on a sailboat. Cecil, basically, Cecil's out there enjoying life. He's enjoying the good life, hanging out with his sister. Rob says Ethan wishes he had a 6-inch monkey. That's not what I meant. Llama Gigante says Mike's picture looks like old Charlie Sheen.
Pre-AIDS. Yeah.
I'm
pre-AIDS Charlie Sheen.
Well, yeah. So everyone's upset about that. Gengai solo figure bot banger Han lube sold separately. Bot banger. No, you mean bot banger Lando. Yeah, they should actually make that figure. Cecil says the Filthy Trooper was based on Doug. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee, yes, live opening. Hail Caesar. I hope you enjoyed that. JP4 says they all have FAP hands. Yeah, their hands are all curled around something cylindrical. Like, that's the one thing about these action figures. Mike, do you remember in the 1970s? Do you remember Mego toys?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. Yeah. Well, Mego had a line of toys, and they did one on the Fonz, because that's what you would do. Everybody would want a Fonzie action figure from Happy Days. Yeah. Well, he had his. That was pretty good. He had his hands in a permanent thumbs up kind of thing, you know, and you could press a button on his back, and his thumbs up would go up. You know, his arm would go up, like thumbs up.
I was in Connecticut a month ago, and I saw the Fonz. He passed my table, and his thumb was up.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. By the way, the other thing I wanted to say real quick, and this is apropos of nothing, but since I mentioned Mego, people were saying, oh yeah, the second wave of Mego toys, the horrible Mego toys, are out at Target. And so, of course, you know, I put Andrea right in the car with Ava, and we all went over to Target so that I could buy and make fun of the new wave of Mego toys. Target took them out. Like, there was a whole end cap with like Tootie and like Peg Bundy from Married with Children, all the worst ideas for toys ever. And Tootie from The Facts of Life. I bought that. I still haven't opened it. I don't even know where it is. I threw it across the room. You know, they took them out. Wave two of the Mego toys, the horrible Mego toys, didn't come out. All I wanted was Willis from Different Strokes. I wanted a Willis doll. He is, ever since he refused to hold that door for me at a convention, he is my favorite 80s sitcom character.
What you talking about, Ethan? I don't know.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. I couldn't be more clear, Willis. Hold the door. And by the way, just because we're staying at a DoubleTree doesn't mean you're entitled to 2 cookies every time you walk by the desk. And that's what he would do. He'd hold up his hands, two, like a peace sign, and they'd hand him 2 cookies. 1 cookie, Willis. 1. That's all you need. So anyway, yeah, I want to get the new Mego toys as well, and I can't find them. Target took them out.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. That's how I felt about it. You're exactly right. That little music cue was perfect. I stand with Mike. Comics strictly, says Mike Jenkins. So Mike, you have some fans here, some supporters in your.
I have a fan.
Yeah. Your hatred for superhero movies. You've got
It's not hatred. It's not
Oh.
hatred. It's just, you know, you're going to go to the movie. What are you going to see? You have a choice of 47 different films, ranging from Avengers to Gosnell.
Mm-hmm.
We chose to see A Star Is Born last weekend.
You went to see Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born rather than see Venom?
That's right.
How was that?
I enjoyed it very much. It's a very good movie.
You thought Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born was a very good movie?
Oh, yeah, she kills.
Well, she doesn't kill with magic powers. So how could it possibly be a good movie? Well, I mean, she is a grounded superhero. She is grounded in reality. Yeah, people are upset at you right now. You lost the fan that you had. Mike Jenkins, check in. Are you still a fan? Are you still a fan after hearing about A Star Is Born? Lady Gaga. No, some people are saying I love Mike Barron's Badger series. I stand with Mike. But then
Thank you.
immediately after that, Chris Abrams says gay with like 4 Y's at the end of it. So you're being called. There's some implications being made there about you being.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, there isn't. But they're upset that you would. Wow, no, you know what? I wouldn't. I would not. I've seen A Star Is Born. I've seen 2 versions of A Star Is Born, and I do like the movie. I think it's hilarious and tragic. But I will not go see the Lady Gaga version. I didn't see the Neil Diamond version.
No, that was horrible.
No, and I've never seen the Babs version.
I watched some of that. Yeah,
I saw Judy Garland, and then I saw. I actually have a. Yeah. I have a movie poster of it, like an autographed movie poster of the original one from the 1940s, autographed, right behind me on my wall. Did you know that?
No.
Mike, you must have known that. That's why you brought it up. You didn't know that. That's weird.
No, turn the camera on it and let's see it.
Well, I'd have to drag the camera all the way over there.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's too far away. Yeah, with the Gloria Gaynor. What's her name?
I Will Survive.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I've seen 2 versions of the movie. I'm not going to go see the Lady Gaga version. I would rather see Venom, and I don't want to see Venom at all. Not at all.
It's Janet Gaynor.
Janet Gaynor. Thank you. Why is Gloria Gaynor? Yeah.
Yeah, Mom. Yeah, can you burn all my Badger comics, please? Yeah, thank you.
All right, look, Darth Bobcat says this summer he won't believe a man can fly. No, he won't. He refuses to believe that. Cecil says Mike wants a cartoon movie where Banner gets exposed to gamma rays, gets sick, and then slowly dies of radiation poisoning.
Bing, 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 bing.
That would be sad. Yeah, I did a little cartoon one time for Wizard Magazine, but they didn't want it. I drew a cartoon of the Hulk with his head bowed sadly outside of a gamma radiation treatment facility with a sign in the door that said no shirt, no shoes, no service. And they said, nope, don't want to publish that.
Do you still have that? Because I need that if you do.
Anybody can redraw that. That's just a wham. That's just a gag. Caution zone with Ben Hennessy's here. He says Mike Barron is a rock star. Good to see him here.
Thank you.
Who's playing guitar? Speaking of being a rock star, is that you, Mike?
No, it is my son in the background. They're learning guitar. So yeah.
Oh, Christian, he's good.
Okay,
he's doing good.
Is that Kanan? Is that your son? Kanan?
Yeah. Him and my daughter play. Actually, pretty good. They're getting better and better, man. So
people want to know who the guy is in the hat. That's Mike Barron. Wildcard Production says, why is Mike even here if he doesn't like superheroes? I don't get it. I don't like it.
I just figured it out, EBS.
What?
I don't know why he doesn't like superhero movies.
Why?
Because the Badger doesn't have one.
The Badger does not have a superhero movie. You're exactly right.
No, he has no superpowers.
Oh.
So he's no superhero. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
I've been bamboozled.
He's a hero. He's just not a superhero.
What does it take to be a superhero?
Powers.
Yeah.
Is that what it takes?
Yeah, that's what it takes.
Powers.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't take that. Does it? I mean, maybe it does. To be a superhero, you can be a hero. Is Daredevil a superhero? He is. He has superpowers.
Yeah, he has powers. Yeah.
Is Batman a superhero?
There you go.
He's rich.
And he's in really good shape.
Yeah.
He'd be a vigilante.
Well, I mean, he's pretty witty, so maybe it's just...
Yeah, it's clever. He's clever.
Well, he says powers is his wealth, so I guess that's a superpower. I guess.
Oh wow! So Donald Trump is a superhero.
In the case of Batman, wealth is his power.
Berserker Pride says you should try to get Martina Marcota on the morning show sometimes. It's more in her time zone. No, she's invited. She's in the room. She came in. She was in 3 shows ago. She popped in, and she's always saying, "Oh, I missed it. Well, she's anyway. Martina has access to the key, and she's invited in whenever she wants, and she'll probably come back in. She did good. She made like $2,000 on her project last time she was here. So, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We have and I'm not even trying to promote anything right now, but let me just check in on everybody's projects. Doug TeNapel, who is not here. I think he's just finishing his breakfast. Doug TeNapel has a book called Bigfoot Bill. It's at $111,739 right now. 6 figures, bitch. That's great. Mike Barron, what do you think of that?
I think it's great. More power to Doug.
Yeah, indeed. More superpowers to Doug.
Yeah.
Doug TeNapel came to me. He said, I want to be a part of Comicsgate. Like, I want to be on the show. I want to show me how to do this. What do we do? And he created Bigfoot Bill. I said, come on, I'll promote you. He lost it. He had a job like at Scholastic Books, and they yanked it from him, probably for political reasons. And he was like, I just lost like $20,000 of income because of this. I was like, we'll make it up. We'll make it up, Doug. We'll try our best. Yeah, boom, $111,739 for a single comic book.
Mm-hmm.
I think we made it up. Screw you, Scholastic. I mean, for God's sake, leave conservatives alone. Per Berg's Earthbound graphic novel. Per Berg, otherwise known as Narwhal. One of my favorite artists. That's he draw. There are these artists on Twitter who just do these kind of like they're always drawing, and they do. I don't have time for any of this, but they seem to. Per Berg did a great drawing of Cyberfrog. He's always doing fan art of Comicsgate characters. Came on here with his Earthbound graphic novel. He's at $4,457. That's pretty much all of that he made on this show, which is cool. And he's only been doing this for like 2 days. Brand by Antonio Bryce. We all know Antonio, edging up near that $50,000 mark, $48,304.
Nice.
Yeah, phenomenal. I'm so proud of everyone. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Let's see how I'm gonna look real quick and just see how Lady Alchemy is going since we talked about Martina. Wow. Okay. Yeah, $19,535.
Nice. That's cool.
She's got 16 days to go. I think she's gonna edge up near where Brand is if she keeps it up. The Buzz General, $2. Elliot drawing Pinhead. Just saw first 2. Awesome. Elliot, what do you think of that? Do you like those Pinhead movies?
They scare the tar out of me. I can only watch it in parts and pieces. They're so creepy. The physical horror is not fun.
I'm not allowed
to think those movies had a plot. I used to think the Pinhead stuff, and then I just noticed they were just going for like gore and like BDSM role play or whatever that was. It just looked like torture porn or something. I didn't understand what that was.
The newest iterations don't have any real storyline. The oldest ones, I mean, they did somewhat, but they did have that huge like BDSM theme in there. I mean, look at the people who created them and what they write.
Yeah, Clive Barker.
Yeah, he was strange, but I mean, it's great horror, great unnerving imagery. For sure.
Yeah, especially for its time. I mean, actually, the worst image, and I think in Hellraiser though, was more of a guy moving a mattress, and he catches his hand on a nail, and I thought that actually was more unnerving to me than anything, because it was just back in its day. I mean, it was realistic. I thought, oh God, no.
Yeah, to me, it's just I don't want to know. Like, it's kind of too much insight into what goes on in Clive Barker's private life. I don't. You know what I mean? That because it really is. You can tell like that's
It's
anyway.
a personal story.
Yeah. It's like, hey, this is me on a Saturday night after a couple of poppers. It's like, all right, I got you.
I want to celebrate my first Comicsgate hit piece. I've never had a solo hit piece before. That was pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
Did you get a solo hit piece?
Yeah. That was by God, I can't think of his name. I mean, he's not a real anybody. That's why I was saying, hey, yesterday this guy was calling me a minor lieutenant in Comicsgate. So that's why I was like, hey, I need an upgrade.
Rick Rotman. Rick Rotman.
Yeah, Rick Rodman. I mean, it's not like he gets a lot of stuff, but still, I was like, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it how I can get it. It was funny. It was, he flipped out because I called someone an NPC, because apparently calling people Nazis is okay and alt-right is okay, but calling a person an NPC, oh, that's the worst slur ever.
I still don't understand. Like, I think everyone's pretending to be offended by NPC because I think. Yeah, it can't be real. It's not that if someone called me a non-playable character, implying that, well, you're like a video game character that always says the same dialogue that's pre-programmed, I'd be like, oh yeah, well, you're rubber and I'm glue, and whatever you say bounces off you and sticks to me. You know what I mean?
Different, exactly. You could come back with something and just diffuse that right off the bat.
It's not a very good insult. There are other things that are more cutting, that are more offensive than the idea that you have no personal autonomy or no, you know what I mean? That is an insult. It's a good cutting and very true insult, but it shouldn't be like, my God, they're dehumanizing us with this language. Everyone is pretending. Everyone has pretend emotions. Everyone has pretend reactions to things. It is exactly like what we're saying. They are NPCs. This is all pre-programmed. You're supposed to be offended by this. Okay, we're offended by this.
Yeah, what he said.
Rick Rotman was a big Comicsgate supporter, and he hit me up and he said, "Why are these so expensive? Why are these comic books so expensive?" And I was like, "Well, Rick, listen, the idea is to eventually bring down the price on the the first wave of these comic books are hand autographed." It's like they're special. They have chromium covers. We're hand delivering them. Go look at Dynamic Forces and see this is what they specialize in. They put out signed autographed comics and they're like $45-$50. We're doing it for $25 and then throwing in all these extras. And he's like, oh yeah, I see. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to back Cyberfrog. So he backed Cyberfrog for the $25 tier. He wrote a big article about it, like how he supports Cyberfrog and he's backing Cyberfrog. And then not 1 week later, he comes out and he goes, Ethan, Comicsgate is a hate group. And I go, I go, Rick, what are you like? Why are you like? What are you talking about? He goes, if you could just tell everyone to stop saying soy boy for 1 week, then you'd prove to me that this wasn't a hate group. And this is literally what he said to me. And I was like, first of all, it's like I can't command. The idea that I command people to do things and they listen is weird. I mean, that is NPC thinking right there. I mean, I don't command people. They don't do what I say. And secondarily, simply calling people who are soy boys does not make you a hate group. They are soy boys. They all behave with their mouths open. They're soy. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell people to stop pointing out stupid behavior on Twitter when stupid behavior is prevalent on Twitter. And he goes, and that was it for him. I mean, then he denounced Comicsgate as a hate group because I would not tell everybody to stop saying soy boy for the period of 1 week. So in other words, if I had just come out and said, everyone, I am your commander, stop saying soy boy for 7 days, and then you may resume.
Yes,
in order
Ethan. Yes,
yeah.
Ethan.
Now, if I had done that, and then on the 8th day, everyone just went soy boy. Woo! So everyone just soy boy. Then Umbrella Guy, had I done that, that article about you would not exist. So I apologize to you.
No, I enjoyed it. It's
my fault.
It was really fun. Actually, I saw his earliest articles. I was looking through them, and he used to, after he decided to call us all a hate group, he was saying things like, I don't believe in words like diversity hire, but I don't believe that people are being hired on merit. I was like, okay, so
that is
what's your problem? You don't like the
you don't like the word. It's people who don't like words. I mean, you don't like the word. You don't like soy boy bothers you. NPC bothers you. The phrase SJW bothers you. Not what's being alleged. It's just these words get under your skin. The sounds, the consonants and vowels together. This is a very left-wing thing. Left-wingers go, I don't like the sound of that word. It's like
language is their whole thing. They don't make anything of value. They don't work with their hands. They manipulate words for a living, and that's why they've taken over entertainment, the media and education.
Yeah.
It's so upside down. This crazy foolishness. I don't get it.
There is power in semantics. I mean, I'm taking away words and telling you what to utilize. That is something you don't give up. You don't give away the value of language. You don't give away communication, and you definitely don't let them set the parameters and tell you what you can or cannot say.
What bugs me is the use of the term far right, which they apply to material or thoughts that we used to call normal and middle of the road only 10 years ago. They throw far right at anyone who deviates from the leftist norm. And I would like to substitute normal for far right.
Well, I already do that, and they don't like that either. They go, I'm like normal people and then SJWs. Okay, that's what it is. It's not about far right and left, because it's like there are liberals who are normal people. There are left-wingers who are normal people. There are SJWs who are lunatics, and there are normal people, and it's not even political anymore. SJWs are all far leftists for the most part. I'm trying to think are there right-wing SJWs? Maybe there are. Maybe on the alt-right there could be. But for the most part, it's just these extremists and normal people. And that is the fight that we're enduring right now. The fight to just be normal, and not have to play along with these people playing little games and pretending to feel certain ways, and all using the same phrases on. Oh God.
Yeah, we the thing is, like, calling, even pretending that everything's right wing. We're worldwide. I mean, that's the whole kicker. Beyond anything, if you wanted to look at it just by politics, we're worldwide. We don't even define things the same way. But we can see these extremists out here. They all look the same. It's amazing. You can look at politics worldwide and the extremists, the SJW or NPC, if you want to call them that, they look exactly the same everywhere. They espouse the same views. It's amazing. The rest of us, we can actually showcase individuality. That's why I like NPC right now. I mean, sure, another term will come along and replace it, but right now I actually think it
fits. It fits. Like, I don't like to just come up with terms just to annoy people, but I mean, it really does fit. And at first when I heard it, I was like, well, video game terminology, very Gamergate. I'm not sure I buy into it. But when what an NPC actually is explained to you, that there's no variation in its behavior, that it is programmed to say these things. And every now and then, it's like it will continue to say those things. You can update it with new words. You can update it with the word alt-right. Now, it didn't know the word alt-right before 2016. It didn't know that phrase, but all of the NPCs have been updated with that new data, and so that is what they say now. They will say something else. They'll all say drumpf. They'll all say drumpf. They've been programmed with that. It is weird. It's definitely weird.
Dungeons and Dragons, which actually reminds me, there have been a lot of comic crossovers and stuff like that with D&D. So I thought it really kind of, fit with NPC. I mean, obviously you have the video game tie-in as well, but the immediate connotation is a character that is controlled. You have your individual players, and then you have the whole world. The rest of it is controlled by one person. There is no singular voice or autonomy. There is just this collective, and they really remind me of that collective.
Yes, indeed.
Should we just call them Borg instead?
Borg. I call them.
Then I feel like Nasser has infected them every time I see his
the Borg ship
freaking icon.
The Borg are cool though. The Borg are awesome. I don't want to grant them awesomeness.
But they dress like sexual deviants. They have the leather clad. I'm just saying, Borg is good.
Yeah.
You will be assimilated. You will be assimilated.
And they do adapt. The one thing with the Borg actually do adapt, even though they're trying to turn everything into a universal, like a oneness. They still, if you go in and you attack them, they do adapt to assimilate. So I feel like these folks, I haven't seen any of the SJW types adapt in at least a year. The words all stay the same.
They haven't adapted since the 1960s. So the same people.
I'm just offended by their
greeny, hippie, angry at dad.
Angry dad. Wow.
I'm just offended by their intellectual dishonesty. It's such foolishness. Where can we even have a conversation and dialogue with anybody anymore? It's impossible. It's impossible. We can't even just. I mean, if I can call you loser, would that be better?
Yeah. Well, there's no way out with having a conversation. That's why you're the only way out with anyone on the left or SJW is to just have a beer with them, because people can enjoy beer until they find something wrong with that.
Yeah,
like
not only
NGOs.
that, but it's much harder to say these things that they say on the internet when you're face to face.
Oh yeah, no, they never do. They never.
I see there's you know what they say though after the fact. Like I saw a Zurcher say the difference between like a center left and a center right is a center left will if you get around Nazis, using the word Nazis, they'll say, no, I got to pass on that beer. Center right, they'll sit down and have that beer with the Nazi. I thought, oh yeah, so even beer is corrupted in that.
Beer.
I'm really having a hard time here, guys. I'm sorry.
What's crushing you, Ethan? What?
I'm glad you. Thank you for asking. Thanks for your concern. There is no Solo Wave 3 line. Hold on a second. Mike Barron is a rock star. I have 2 Skyward trebuchets for your toys, says Christian Parker. Nice. Now here's the problem. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee keeps from Australia keeps sending me money to say, I've got my Rio coming. I don't know what to say. Check eBay for him. I've been the whole time. It says I'm getting my Rio from eBay. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee says again. And then Rizzy Toxic Fan says for $2, Uncle E, wave 4. Now so it's not wave 3, it's wave 4. And I'm looking for wave 4, and let me see. Let me just look on eBay again. No, there's no.
He's trolling you.
Yeah,
he got you.
Is he messing with me?
It would be great if he was. Because he broke your heart. He got you all hopped up for the monkey figure. There is no monkey figure.
No, I see a Funko monk. I see a Funko Monko, but there's no Hasbro. There's no Hasbro little monkey figure in it. I looked everywhere. It's not. It's not there. It's not real. So
with real dying action, when you push the button, he dies.
Yeah,
for the cause.
It's so sad. I'm so sad.
What are you going to do now? You need a placebo. You need to buy another Tootie.
I can't. They took him out of Target.
But how can they take him out when they'd be losing so much money if they did that?
You missed it. You left, Doug, when I told this story. You weren't here.
I'm sorry. I was gone. I took my daughter to school.
These people are telling me things that aren't real. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, Mego Wave 2 is in Target. You can go get maybe Todd Bridges as Willis, and I can reenact Todd Bridges of Madison County, like I've wanted to do with my Mego doll."
They're gaslighting you with toys.
They are. So I go to Target. They took out the entire end cap that had the Migos on it. They're not carrying them anymore. I guess it wasn't a big success like everyone thought it would be.
Shocker. The Norm figure was holding up Target for a while.
Yeah.
Norm.
He came with a beer. So anyway, I'm very sad about this. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee again says Matlock Mayhem said it's wave 4. My bad. Well, bring Matlock Mayhem in here because I don't believe him either. I have not seen. By the way, the other says Antonio is black. I thought he was Native American. Unfriended on Facebook and refund requested on brand. Yeah, it's just, it's racist. Joe Marone says when you get older, fantasy for its own sake is less justifiable. Mike, what do you think of what he just said there? He said the older you get, the less you're allowed to pretend that people have superpowers, and there's no excuse for it anymore.
Well, no, let's not put any restrictions on what people like. If you have an enthusiasm, that's great, unless it's a dangerous enthusiasm. But it's our enthusiasms that keep us alive.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to rain on anybody else's parade. I'm just saying that for me personally, these are my preferences in entertainment.
What about people who have enthusiasm for hentai with tentacles in it?
Yeah.
More power to them.
No, less power to them.
What's wrong with that?
less power to them in society. I think it's important that we find out who these people are and then depower them in society.
Bigfoot Bill is technically a furry with hentai tentacles, literally wearing them against.
Oh, you know what, Doug?
his
Don't
body.
say that. You don't know what you're. You know what
No,
I mean?
hate. Come on, are you kidding? Look at him.
You're gonna get fan art that you weren't intending to get. Is what I'm saying. Because I didn't
I
even
am
that
so
didn't even occur to
anti-furry.
me.
Did you guys see the furry scene in The Shining?
Yeah,
yeah,
when he opens the door and the
I'm
guy's
so
dressed
disturbed. Like a bear?
dressed like a bear, and they're on
Oh,
the bed.
God.
Yeah.
There was a whole story behind that. You know, you can actually look that up. There's a video on YouTube that explains. It goes into the backstory of what that was about. So if you're interested in furry sexual humiliation at the highest level, I mean, we're talking wealthy people, not the weirdos that are, you know, we're talking like elite furry sexual domination and humiliation. There is a video about it on YouTube. Look up, you know, The Shining. What was that bear man doing? You know, hopefully you'll find it and not something else.
I think it'd be good for Antonio's show.
Yeah, yeah, they were having a sexy party in there.
Yeah, we talked about hentai last week. It was weird. So.
Sayonara says, EVS, I just watched that video. So the video does exist and other people are being edified by it. So
unlike Solo Toys round 3.
Yeah, round 4, evidently. Matlock Mayhem and Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee have decided to break my heart this morning.
Break my heart.
Myers!
Say you love me again.
Oh.
Undo this hurt.
Undo this hurt. There you go. That's for you.
Yeah.
Undo your hurt. Undo your pain.
Timecode Mechanic says, what pen are you using?
I'm using a combination of Pentel brush pens and Faber-Castell Pitt pens and anything I have at my disposal, frankly.
Yes.
A Bic.
I do have Bics. I use them from time to time.
Big pen.
6 figures Bic. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. Baron's work changed my life. Gaga straight booty, says Mike Jenkins. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee is still gaslighting me. It's wave 4. I was wrong. I don't see it. I mean, I'm gonna look up one more time. Rizzy, I'm just gonna Google it. Like Google Hasbro. Okay, Hasbro.
Don't trust
Solo.
I put a link in the chat where they have some like something about wave 4 information.
Hasbro Solo Wave 4.
It's not real.
Wave
bro.
Sexy monkey times. Oh, there's a monkey.
There's a monkey. Oh.
Just look at the.
Did we find it?
He died for the cause.
Yes.
Oh, it's there.
Yes. Star Wars toy news leaked images of oh my God! Hold on a second. All right.
Oh no, he's happy.
Everyone is gonna. People are gonna owe an apology. Not me. I'm not gonna owe an apology to anyone, but other people will. Hasbro. I'm gonna find it here. Solo Wave 4. And then all I have to do is do tools and then look for last month. You know, this is new information. And images. Let's get that up there. Yeah. All right.
What's the name of this monkey?
The monkey's name is Rio. His name is Rio. Yeah.
When she dances in the sun.
We don't know the song.
I like when you don't know the lyrics and. All right. I'm so happy right now. All right, here we go. Look, here it is. Better not be porn. We get it. This is leaked, by the way. That's disgusting. Why do they don't use words like that? Leaked.
Oh, leaked. Yeah.
This is Solo Wave 4, and these are all, just about all of them are from the movie Solo, except for the Imperial Royal Guard here, not from Solo. But look at this. L337. I've been waiting for this toy. You want to see me cut up action figures again, you weirdos over on Twitter? You want to get upset about that? Get ready. It's going to happen. I'm going to buy all. and I'm going to cut them all up with scissors, and it's going to be some weird aggressive comment about feminism to you. You're going to not like it. I am going to fucking do it. Get ready. Here's Rio. Hi, Rio. There's the monkey figure that we want right here. Oh, let me zoom in on this.
Give me a space banana.
Oh, he was so good in the movie. He was the only likable character in the whole movie. Look how good he looks. Here's Quay Tulsite, who apparently was probably working with Moloch. By the way, these weirdos at Lucasfilm name a character Moloch. You creeps, you disgusting scumbags.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
Child
it is
sacrificing in the Old Testament. Moloch. Evil.
Yeah, exactly. And that's their icon. Here's Val from basically she looked like Claire Huxtable. And she was in the movie. That's good. That's great. And then we've got Woody Harrelson's Tobias Beckett here. You get a Woody Harrelson action figure. He's got Woody Harrelson's dad bod intact here.
Does his hairpiece come off?
Yes, it does. His hairpiece does
with
come
removable
off.
hairpiece.
That's cool.
This is so great. This is so great. The thing about these toys is that they just scan them and then print them out. So this is a perfect likeness of Woody Harrelson and his, well, maybe they don't do that. I don't know. In my imagination, they do. I already have this Imperial Guard. Yeah, like this Imperial Guard is it's the figure that they're offering because they figure most normal people don't want any of these. All of these figures were made just for me. To be honest with you, I'm the only one who wants.
If you buy 12, they will sell 12.
Yes, exactly.
Other than the Imperial Guard, they'll sell a ton of those. That's their their apology. That's their virtue signal. That's their shield. Their shield.
By the way, here's the Han Solo Mimbim figure. I just opened this. So I was like, yeah, where did this come from? How come I've never seen this? Well, because it's right here in Solo Wave 4. It's Han Solo and Mimbin Imperial Trooper. This is when he was fighting that weirdo version of World War One. How great is this? Is this guy Han Solo? Let me take off his mask here and find out. I tried to just... I guess he is. I guess he's supposed to be Han Solo. Whatever.
So you already have a figure from Third Wave? Is this?
Yeah, I just opened it up. I don't think you were here. I opened up a box of Stormtroopers. No, this is Wave 4. This is Wave 4. I will be going out and trying to find all of these. How can you have this? There's no way that if you just ordered it from eBay, these are not on the shelves yet. Somebody just sold you an advanced copy.
Maybe they're out in Europe or something.
Yeah, maybe it was a sample from a collector or something.
Yeah,
it happens.
I need all of these. Let me see if I can get a release date. Here's a better look at the Woody Harrelson action figure. You can't have too many Woody Harrelson action figures, to be honest with you.
I want the Woody Harrelson from out of the fire, out of the furnace.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a terrific noir movie starring Christian Bale with Woody Harrelson as the bad guy, the most evil Woody Harrelson you will ever see.
I liked him in Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I would get a Natural Born Killers Woody Harrelson toy.
Or what was the one with the Hustler editor guy he was in? The People versus Larry Flynn. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I need Woody Harrelson in the wheelchair pornographer action figure.
Whoa.
So what about his Planet of the Apes? What was it? Battle for the Planet of the Apes? Yeah. I thought he was great in that.
He was really good.
Wouldn't that be cool if all you did was collect Woody Harrelson action figures?
That'd be kind of creepy.
That's your thing, is Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Woody, the little Woody from Cheers. You can put him next on the shelf with Norm.
You have a shrine in the house.
Yeah, just all like, hey, Woody Harrelson, come over. I bought all these miniature little depictions of you, little figures.
He has a Woody shrine, but there's no Harrelson in there.
You make it complete.
Just show up at like a Woody Harrelson signing and then just whip out every single Woody Harrelson action figure that's ever been.
Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah. I mean, that would be good. That'd be good. So I'm going to buy all of these. I want to thank, listen, you were definitely vindicated. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee. Do appreciate you. You were right. And I'm sorry for, well, I mean, I don't know if I owe you an apology. I was stressed out. I
was the one that brought up that he was gaslighting you. So I apologize, but I am insulted that you didn't come up with a gag that good.
And now I
gotta
will
think of
wash
people a little
myself
quick.
to make amends.
Yeah.
I came up with a good gag at the beginning of this stream, and it just came off the top of my head, and it was so good that people were like, "How long have you been sitting on that?" Guys, I'm very clever. I don't, they go, it's like, what race would you like to be? And I said, I'd be the coolest Eastern Indian ever. I'd be 00711. And they, I thought that was good.
That is good.
Thank you.
That's good.
It was racist, it was, I don't know, stereotypical
Yeah,
humor.
but everything's racist.
Yeah, it worked all right.
It's like sexual innuendos. It's like everything can be made into.
Yeah. So anyway, Batman's superpower is prep time. It is prep time. Says Simon Oliver. The Buzz General, Elliot drawing Pinhead. Just saw the first two. Awesome. Gil Rivera says, "Is that Perry Farrell in the fedora?" Do you feel like you look like Perry Farrell, Mike Barron?
He does not look like Perry Farrell.
I think he kind of
Jane's
does.
Addiction.
Yeah, I've been caught stealing once.
When
I was five.
Just as simple as that.
Yeah. You do
No,
kind
that's
of look
not
like
Perry
him.
Farrell.
Of course it is.
Perry Farrell looks like a what does he look like? He looks like a deformed Marilyn Manson.
No, Perry
Like one too.
Or Adrian Brody. He looks like Adrian Brody with mascara.
Adrian Brody, little. But yeah, I think Mike Barron actually does look a lot like Perry Farrell. I never noticed that. Super Unknown says, "Is Mike Barron here?" Yeah, he is. You wouldn't know it by how much he talks. He doesn't have much to say.
Yeah, he's Mike Barron isn't here, but Perry Farrell is.
Oh, honey, don't let me commence.
There he is. Somebody says Shanil Singh says Zombieland Woody. That was probably his best role.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Zombieland
that was
Woody.
good.
There was supposed to be a sequel to that. I keep waiting to hear.
Yeah, they're coming out. I think they're filming it.
Out of the furnace, my friends. You won't regret it.
What's going on?
No, they keep talking about making zombie sequels, like desirable zombie sequels, and then they don't really happen. They're World War Z 2.
If I never see another zombie, it will be too soon.
Really? No, don't say that.
That's my next drawing, Mike.
Zombies are like
You're drawing a zombie. You're excused.
they're like time travel movies now.
You know what?
Kinda
Like
past.
Mike Barron doesn't realize it, but he just lost the Republican Party the House in November by saying that. And I've, Mike, you don't understand because you aren't here and you don't know the
theory.
The theory.
Ethan's unified theory of everything.
Zombies only vote Democratic, so I doubt that that's true.
See, but oh my God damn it, Mike.
You ruined it.
No, zombies, it's not about zombies voting. It's about, look, when zombies are popular in the culture, Republicans win. And I want you to think about the 1980s. Well, think about 1968, Nixon with Night of the Living Dead. I want you to think about the 1980s and all the zombie movies that came out in the 1980s. They weren't in the 70s, except for a brief time at the beginning of the 70s during the Nixon administration. There were a few kind of Europe-y, gross grindhouse zombie movies. But for the most part, the 1980s, Nixon's regime, Return of the Living Dead, Michael Jackson's Thriller, Day of the Dead, all of the great stuff that came out then. They all stopped, when President Clinton took over. There were no more zombie movies during the 90s. They all came back when Bush stole that election.
I'm rethinking my position on zombies.
All right. So basically, when zombies are popular, Republicans win. The country's in a conservative mood. Now, if zombies stop being popular right now, we're in a bad spot.
Especially if the other half of your theory is that
vampires.
That's the other half of the equation, is vampires are present during Democrat regimes.
Yeah.
So if you start seeing vampire stuff show up.
Are we seeing it or no? I'm not really thinking.
Wait, who was president? Who was president during Twilight?
Twilight was Obama.
Clinton was Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah. Twilight and True Blood. By the way, Twilight, sparkly, cutesy little vampires.
Yeah.
Like Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zombies basically kind of went away. It was all about vampires, and my boyfriend's a vampire. Tons of that stuff during the Obama administration. Tons
What
of
about
it.
slashers? What would slashers represent?
Nothing. It's just irrelevant. It's just the way it is it's this. It's zombies and werewolves are Republicans. And vampires and UFOs / space aliens, abduction, Star Wars. That's all
anal probe.
Being anally probed by aliens. That's all Democrats.
By asexual giant brains.
Yeah. Yeah. And it works every time. I mean, you can predict what's going to happen. I have to say, with the miserable premiere of Walking Dead season 9, I think this is going to be a really the blue wave is a possibility. It's a possibility. Sorry, I know you don't like it. So when Mike Barron said, "If I never see a zombie again," I was like, "Shut the honestly,
don't put that on the country."
Yeah, I've never been angry at Mike Barron before, but I was for like 5 seconds. Like,
he jinxed the country for a second. We hope there's not much power.
If anything I have said has offended anyone anywhere,
I apologize.
I'll get to join right away.
Gonzo the Great, any plans for a Comicsgate convention? Will be epic. No plans, but just we've had conversations about them. I mean, probably next year or something like that could happen.
Plus, it's always funner to talk about a convention than actually putting one on and going.
Yeah,
I think we should just talk about it forever.
The idea of one.
Yeah, it's such a good idea.
Oh,
so much better than hitting bringing my dolly full of books from the parking lot and throwing it in my booth.
That's true.
Wow, E Long says, "I don't buy your theory." Yes, well, you don't have to, E Long. It's still valid whether you believe in it or not. Just like Scientology.
Yeah, you're not entitled to your own facts, man. Facts don't care what you think about them.
Oh my God, too funny.
My friends, it's been a joy and a pleasure to talk with you. Now I must go clean up some stuff.
Hit and run. All right, Mike. Great having you here. You're welcome anytime. Please do continue to pop in. We love having you here.
No doubt.
I like him. He's like a Mike Hammer character or something.
Yeah, he is.
He's hard boiled.
Is he hard boiled?
Yeah, he's hard boiled. That's why I didn't get the Perry Farrell reference. I'm like, no, this guy is like.
Do you think I pissed him off?
No. He's dry enough.
You don't have to whisper.
Yeah. Right now, he went to get a fifth of whiskey, and he's going to drain that thing right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Plans for a Comicsgate convention, though. I picture it happening. I picture it happening at some point, just because it would be fun to get everyone together.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And we've had ideas about where where we would host it. Like, I would like it to be in Philadelphia, so I don't have to travel. But we don't. It would be better. I think it might be good in Memphis or Nashville.
Yeah.
Or Texas.
Yeah. I think Nashville or Texas.
Texas.
Put it in Dallas.
Yeah.
We can all, that'd be fun, man. We could go out for some good steak.
Just near an airport. Get it near an airport.
Yeah.
Close-ish.
Well, I'm for it. I think we're gonna have it, and I think it'll actually turn out to be pretty big. But let's get the books out. The thing is, yeah, it's too soon. Cyberfrog isn't out yet. Bigfoot Bill isn't out yet. Brand isn't out yet. We got to get these comics out. I'd like to have 2 issues of Cyberfrog out before we do a convention.
Yeah.
And then everyone else will have like 8 books out by then. So let's see. Ian House, Sway, Rain by Liam Gray is up on Indiegogo. He seems like a good dude, and he's thoroughly Comicsgate. Check it out, guy. Sway, Sway.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and people should check it out. You should have him on the show. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Liam's been kind of a fan, and he follows Comicsgate and everything for like years. Liam has been on my Facebook and everything like that. We should get him on the show. Everyone gets an audition on the show. It's like sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you got to turn it on when the camera's on. You turn it on. You got to.
I think Mike Barron was pretty good today.
He is. Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah. Time code mechanics. My character Ninja Ultra wears ninja pants and a spandex top. First saw that look in Badger. Thanks, Mike. JP4 says, "Is Mike a cheesehead? What's a cheesehead? Is that Wisconsin?
Green Bay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they call them.
Packers fan.
I
think Kenny likes cheese.
I actually do. Just not in my coffee.
Yes. Cheese and coffee.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that
Oh, you
cheesy
hear that,
coffee
Elliot?
thing.
Hey, listen,
And White from downtown.
I'm getting a lot of support for my coffee.
There's no way that's real.
It is
It's
real.
real. It's very
Yeah.
real.
It is real.
It's called queso de papa. It's like a block
Thank
of
you.
cheese, and you chop it up into like little tiny squares, and you eat it with your coffee.
Cool.
It's
Touch on
This
my
is like
PP.
Solo Wave 4. This does not exist. This is a bunch of crap.
I want to
But then
get an
it's
action figure.
plot twist. It does exist. I mean, so
Yeah.
we found out Solo
They
Wait
do
4 does
exist.
exist.
These guys, they go off the air and they go, you see what these guys, they're going to try it. I think we almost got them to try it. They're buying it. They're buying it.
Doug, you did the first one.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
It's
at all.
good. It's good. It's no lie. It's really good. It doesn't leave any bad flavors, no bad aftertaste, or nothing. That's pretty sweet.
Hey, I like cheese and I like coffee, and that's all it takes.
Like you ever tried dipping your Italian bread into coffee?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, is that a thing too now? Or are you?
Yeah.
Oh
I
man,
can't, man. It's
where have
hard
you
to
guys
believe.
been?
Hard to believe.
These might be critics. These might be New York ghetto
Yeah.
delicacies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did try once making coffee and trying to grind bacon into it. That was just all the grease went to the top.
Ew.
And then I tried putting peanut butter in my coffee, and I tried mixing that in there, and it didn't work either.
My daughter likes hot dogs and peanut butter.
Oh,
Never.
Huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know if
Don't
that
say-
works
don't
out.
say anything bad. That's my daughter. So
that's right. Automatic. That's Teflon.
Oh, you just go, oh.
Oh, peanut butter and butter hot dog. How sweet. Good Lord, what a monster.
Oh, your daughter. Good job. I love you, sweetie. Trash can. There we go.
Fan Advocacy Network says, if Ethan said don't say soy boy for a week, he would be spammed all week by fans on every platform with people saying soy boy over and over again. Yeah, that's right. That's the way people are on the internet.
Hey, so are people getting kicked off of Twitter because of NPC? Is that really going on?
That's what I heard. But you know what? I heard that they're people with fake accounts. Like, hey, I've invented a new fake account just so I could use NPC and just make fun of NPCs. I don't know why it's so sensitive.
It's so hard. I'm trying to teach my kids to have a thicker skin. I'm teaching them about how my daughter is always yelling at her brother and blah blah blah. And here in real life, people are acting, well, not really. I guess this isn't really real life. People are acting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So welcome.
I'm ashamed.
We're in the Matrix.
How you doing, Cecil?
Cecil.
Hello. Say it.
Hello.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Cause I see it in your eyes.
This guy's got pipes, man.
Hello.
We got comic skaters who can sing for real.
Is it me you're looking for?
Yeah.
Right away you are.
You better be drawing with that. I want my pages, Kanan.
I'm not listening to the black guy.
I want my pages, Canaan.
Stop singing, or you're gonna lose.
Elliot, what are you drawing now? Are you? I mean, a comic book. Are you drawing a comic book at some point?
I will be. I'm actually working on something with someone.
Okay.
Somewhere.
It can't be disclosed yet, but I am working on something.
It's Gail Simone.
Oh,
It is, and that's why I can't talk about it, because it'll just ruin the whole gig.
The whole
that means
vibe.
it won't sell.
Tarsic for $5 says, in is out, up is down. Control the language, you control the narrative. Yeah. Matt Becker says, I like the term goody bird. Yeah, that was something else. Goody Bird. What was Gail talking about? She said that one of our books was a Rorschach test for Goody Birds, and everybody obsessed with the term Goody Bird. I think it was meant to say Goonie Bird, and she was auto-corrected. But Goody Bird.
I like that word, Goody Bird. She accidentally wrote something good.
Yeah, like whoops. I looked it up. I looked up Goody Bird, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any other reference to it anywhere. So, must have been an accident.
I like goodies.
Everyone does. I had a character in Japan called Goody Bear.
Really?
Got it released over there. Yeah, at a Goody Bear cafe even.
Is it an insult? Like, would you say you're a goody bear?
No,
like,
he was cute. He was nice.
Yeah.
There's a song. Can I sing it?
Would you?
Oh,
Goody Bear, Goody Bear. He's got a great big mouth, but I don't care. Lives in a cracked coffee cup in the woods, I swear. Gotta get a Goody Bear.
I love that. I love that.
That's a little jingle.
That's right up
It's a
there.
really
with,
good song.
Up there with Rainbow Bright.
Yeah. Terry Taylor wrote it.
Or Care Bears.
How does Rainbow Bright go? Does that have a theme song?
I don't know.
No, they used to have a cartoon. They did have some kind of. I think it's on YouTube. You can find some of those old videos.
No stop signs. Rainbow Bright.
I'll bet it didn't go like that. I mean, it didn't have a crunchy guitar. Like Wyatt Saffron says cringe 1000%. 1000% cringe on Doug. People are saying stop. I need to wash my ears. Shut the fuck up, Doug. I want my morning back now. Wow, I didn't expect that, Doug. It didn't offend me. But someone Hoth Rebel 86 says only Doug should sing from now on. So
man, I'm so bad. I am the worst voice here. I've heard all these guys sing.
Well, you have supporters though.
I'm singing so that you guys will sing. If you want to stop me, then then I'll listen to you, which will be that. I love it.
Matt Becker wrote a song. It goes, dirty Doug. He's got a big mouth, so shut the fuck up. It doesn't rhyme, man. It doesn't even rhyme.
Cool.
Oh my god. Can Mike Barron hang out with us though? Like seriously, this is what we do. I don't know.
I don't know.
Is he going to be okay with this?
He takes it too seriously. I feel like he was really apologizing hard for his stand on superhero movies.
Yeah. He's like, if I offended anyone,
He just needs confidence to double down on what he thinks because he's right in there.
Yeah,
he's correct about superhero movies. I hate to say it, but you got to get other opinions in, right, and let him make a defense.
Bye, Doug.
Kick Doug.
Look at these guys all with their Happy Meal toys all around the art studio saying, don't make fun of us.
Like, you haven't even seen my action figure collection. Shut up.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, wow.
It's like, I'd rather see your real doll collection.
Oh, whoa.
A real doll collection.
What is this? I've been blasted.
The horror.
Real dolls are expensive. How could you have a collection of them? I could barely afford one. And theoretically,
allegedly, Rose Tico, real doll.
Do you guys know Sashi? She's a member of our community.
Yeah,
I know Sashi.
Yeah, she cool.
She is cool. I paid her to do a drawing of me for an avatar because everybody else has Sashi avatars.
Right.
I wanted one, and she just did it. You want to see?
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look. There it is.
Oh,
that's cool.
Let me see.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
It's like a Jim Henson happiness type.
Yeah. Look at the frog. He's delighted to be in what's left of my hair.
Yeah, apparently that frog's magic and he grows hair by the looks of it.
Yeah. That's my kind of frog.
Hello, everyone. You're my favorite friend.
We're building a trebuchet.
We're gonna kill them all, Ethan.
I'm gonna fly you.
We're sending all of these W straight to hell. One by one.
If they only
That's
knew.
right. That's right, Froggy. Sashi, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. She said she also did a Narcosis one, so let me just do that. So this is the Narcosis version.
Oh, yeah.
And the frog is clowned out too.
Yeah,
so
frog.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. That looks really good.
love that. Cam 1138 says Sashi was very kind in that picture, very in all caps. So that's not. Wait a second. I mean This is pretty close to what I look like. What do you mean, very kind? Sashi, I think you did a very accurate portrayal of me. It looks just like me, and so thank you so much. Way too thin. Someone says no. No, that's about right.
He gave you too much hair.
No. That's about it's my hair.
I think that needs your own little tune song to go with that. Eat the Van Skyver. Eat the Van
Skyver. He's got a frog on his head.
Ribbit.
That is going to be my avatar starting today. This is really, really cool. Appreciate it. How fun is that to get Sashi to draw you?
I want that.
Well, you know what? Everybody should. I don't know what her waiting list is like, but
it's pretty long. Because trust me, we were on Sexy Party and people were asking in the chat. They were like, "Hey, I want her to do it," and she was like, "I am back." I think she bumped you on the list actually.
Time to raise prices. Time for her.
Yeah. I would say double your price because it's worth more than that. And somebody says they made my nose too small. What? No, that's about. God, everyone just immediately everyone tears apart my beautiful picture that's completely accurate.
She's very kind, very kind.
No.
I'll never be a boy.
It's like she did a Nagel. She did a Nagel version of you.
Yeah.
No.
Very idealized.
Very merciful. No. Very merciful.
It's almost as if she traced a photograph of me. I wouldn't say that.
Very compassionate.
Yeah, and that looks like an anatomical accurate frog too.
Let's see. Dallas Deadeye says Alex Jones has been calling leftists and SJWs collectivists for a decade now. Yeah, it's one of those big old collectivist is a word that people go, so what? I like to collect baseball cards too. Like people don't know what that means. It's like in order to get people to completely understand what the evil of an SJW, you do need to actually speak to them on their level, and especially this younger generation. This is why NPC is so great. It speaks to my son. It speaks to my son's generation, and they're the ones who are rising up, and they're going to be voting in 2020, and getting them to understand how evil Democrats are. This generation of Democrats, well, at least they're supporters. Not all Democrats. Most of the Democrats.
Yeah. Love the sinner, hate the sin. It's not the person. They're deluded and ignorant.
I could hate them both. I got room to.
Can't help it. They all got their masters. They can't help being ignorant.
I love hate in my heart.
Yeah. Anyway, that it speaks to them. It speaks to the younger generation, and it makes them understand in a way that collectivists doesn't. Collectivists is a little too brainy. It's a little too wonky for normal people to get their hands around.
It's
but
not
I guess
funny as NPC. NPC's funny. That's why it's funny.
People can relate to it. They understand what it means. They're like, oh yeah, that's exactly how that blue-haired dickhead I know is. That's exactly what he's like. So I guess that's right.
I like foolish human.
Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee tried so hard to get me to find those solo toys. Sent me at least $20 in super chats to let me know. He said, "Look it up. I'm not fine. Last time I try and help." Rizzy, thank you so much. You were and another one. When I get my Rio, I'm going to tweet it at you. Rizzy, I'm so sorry for doubting you.
Yeah, me too. That wasn't right. I jumped the gun on you. Not the first time I've ever done that to someone.
You have to understand, it was just frustration. Everyone was frustrated because we wanted to know about these toys and couldn't find them. But now that I see them, I'm going to pre-order them. I will make sure that I have them to open when they get here. It should be good. Joe Marone says, EVS, not what I said. I meant fantasy for its own sake, without real-world meaning attached to it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah. They're making fun of my nose in the chat. They said EVS nose, and they added one of those icons that looks like a mask, like one of those drama masks. But it's pink and it's got a nose that's sticking straight out from it. And then other people are picking up on the meme. Junkyard Done.
I don't want to put evil in people's heads.
Yeah.
It would be great to see a NPC version of Ethan.
Oh no!
With the nose,
the triangle,
with the triangle, yeah,
bigger nose.
That'd be interesting.
Well, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying I wouldn't also be. Well, I'd be interested. Yeah, people are doing it. Like everyone's doing it now. Listen, don't be jealous of my Sashi drawing, and that's what all of this comes down to. Those of you making fun of my nose, you're just jealous of my Sashi drawing. Get your own Sashi drawing.
Yeah.
Get a job, pay Sashi to draw you, and then you can I don't know.
Jealous fellas.
She's doing good work though, because a ton of my Twitter feed is packed with people with those Sashi avatars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's I see them all the time. They're great, and it reminds me of her, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, she's nice.
Sexy
Let's
party.
see.
Sexy party.
Aaron Cook says
Thursdays,
Aaron,
right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Sexy party on Thursdays on the Akari Press YouTube channel with Sashi.
Excellent. Yes.
You sound so exotic.
Sexy party.
Antoine.
I don't know Antoine.
That was a very Antoine voice. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're that. I'm just saying it sounds very.
No, that's Antoine.
Antoine.
Who is that?
The way you talk has a lot of silent consonants in the name.
Antoine.
Kanan just naming random Negroes on here.
You gotta emphasize on the R. Bryce.
Bryce.
I did get real fancy on that. I changed it to Brise. I put the little thing on the end, the little whatever that little stick mark thing is that you put over the E. You know?
Umlaut. Put an umlaut on it. It'd be like an
Brise.
80s metal band. It's the
Antoine Bryce.
Antonio Brise.
Brise.
Yes.
Cooking the gumbo.
Cooking the gumbo with Antonio Brise.
Antonio Brise. I come from Italy.
Jay Japan is in the chat. He says, "No," in all caps. "No, you just need to be honest with yourself and get a damn pie on your head for the new picture."
Okay.
I'm getting roasted.
It's a little aggressive.
Cussing.
No, it's only aggressive if you don't like pie.
Well, he spelled
like
damn
pie.
with D-A-M though, so it's not really a curse.
Cool, good.
Yeah, it's like
So you're like stopping the water from, maybe it's
Right.
a dam of beer.
Right.
Yeah.
I give everyone the benefit of a doubt. I don't think he was using filthy language at me. By the way, Aaron Cook says Yif porn of Bigfoot Bill with Cyberfrog. No, come on.
No. Don't put that out there, man. What are you doing?
I don't know. Jacob Maurer says, haha, just heard that song Rio on the radio. I laughed hard enough for the $5. Gojirify says, a good egg. Terry Farrell is Star Trek. Who's Terry Farrell? No, Terry Farrell. No, Perry Farrell. You're wrong. And it's Perry Farrell. It's the guy from
Jane's Addiction.
Pyros and
Porno Pyros.
The same guy as I'm so happy.
Oh, Nerd. The dude from Nerd. Yeah, for real. Right?
Yeah.
We'll make great pets.
That was a big song in like 1993.
Yeah, that's my entire musical repertoire. That's where it ends, right around 93.
93 for me too. Everything went to hell after Kurt Cobain killed
After he
himself.
died, that was it. 90s were over.
Things were so good up until then.
He had it going, and then he
ruined it.
Blew his
Think
head
about
off.
the 90s. Think about 1990, 89, 90. Every like Depeche Mode, Violator, U2, and was Zeropa.
Yeah.
REM with their Shiny Happy People. What was that album called? With
I know you're talking.
Losing My Religion and all that.
That was so good. That album.
Yeah.
And in the place where you live, or whatever it is. All that.
Nirvana's Nevermind and all that. I mean, In Utero, all those albums were coming out in 1990, 1991. 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral.
Sublime, the first Sublime.
Sublime. And then it all just, everything was good.
Then it turned into Soul Asylum. And
Soul Asylum, Runaway Train, Never Looking Back.
I'm just saying barely. And what's his face? The drummer from Nirvana. I hate the drummer from Nirvana's the new band that he did.
You don't like Foo Fighters?
Foo Fighters.
I went to see him with Andrea.
Yeah.
Like I want to see him. And so we went and he broke his leg. He broke his leg. He had his leg in a full cast. And he was up there with his leg. He was sitting in a chair with his leg up, jamming on his guitar. He played the whole show with his leg in a cast right here in Philadelphia.
Well, what year was that? Was that when they played it for E3 or for Sony? Because I saw him at a Sony event play.
2015, 2016. I have video of it. We were right in the front row. We always
was it good? Did he put on a good show?
Hell yeah, he was kicking ass. Like you wouldn't even know. Like he had a throne built for himself that would move around the stage.
Yeah. 2 Chainz did that. 2 Chainz broke his leg. He broke his leg last year, and he hired some chick to push him around in a wheelchair. He had like a bedazzled cast on and stuff, and he was like, "I am smoking on that gas." Just dropped out. It was crazy. Pyro everywhere. All kind of money. I love it.
I love when Doug says something, he expresses an opinion, and half of the chat goes, "Fuck you, Doug."
I'm here. I'm on the show. I'm here for you guys. I'm here.
That so it makes me laugh every single
They don't understand. It turns me on. My martyr complex just goes into overdrive.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he falls.
Here's what I don't like. About Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you play a Nirvana song? You assholes. You know what I mean? Seriously, I understand. But it's like you have it. You're gonna do he did like a 2-hour set of music, and he couldn't just go, you know what, we're gonna go back in the past just once and then just play like what would they play? I don't know, Lithium.
Yesterday when I found God.
Why wouldn't you do that and make everyone cry? You know what I mean?
That's probably why you didn't do it.
Well, because it would have been a good moment. Like all the lighters would have come out. I haven't seen them do a Nirvana song as Foo Fighters, and they've got 2 Nirvana members in the band. They've got Pat Smear and they've got what's his face.
Yeah, honestly, probably never will.
Zeno the Stoic says, "Stop ruining Nirvana, Doug."
Maybe it's out of respect for Cobain that he doesn't.
That's what I was thinking of. That's probably why they don't do that.
It's not letting his music just die isn't disrespect. I mean, isn't respectful. That you should play the songs. This is a tribute to my friend.
Sometimes somebody's like, people are like, man, there was such a chemistry, and it's like let people's memory be what they remember, as opposed to trying to add, your own spin on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I completely disagree, though. I completely disagree with that. I think you gotta just play that music. You gotta say, this is for my buddy Kurt Cobain.
You gotta play that funky music, white boy.
Paul McCartney. By the way, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, not friends when John Lennon died. Paul McCartney, when he heard that John Lennon was shot to death, he was quoted. The press caught him outside of a bar. Said, "Did you hear that John Lennon was murdered?" He said, "Yeah, it's a bummer, man." That was his quote. That was his quote. You can see the footage of Paul McCartney going, "Yeah, it's a real bummer, man," coming out of a bar.
That's messed up, bro. All right, take it easy.
Buy my new record. Buy my new record.
I mean, damn. So, but Paul McCartney is out on tour right now. And what's he doing? He's like, "This is for John," and he's out there singing "Strawberry Fields" and fucking that song up, singing "Give Peace a Chance," fucking that up. He's doing a little tribute to John Lennon, and I really think that it's your obligation. You have to do. I mean, Kurt Cobain.
There's no solo 3.
He said they're messing it up. He's messing it up. So that's probably why they don't want to do it.
No, well, yeah, but Paul McCartney can't sing any John Lennon songs. You want to hear Paul McCartney sing "Revolution"? It's like I don't want to hear that.
No.
And "Come Together." I don't want to hear that.
Come together.
He could probably do "Come Together." Come to think of it, I can picture that. But no, at the same time, though, Dave Grohl should be doing Kurt Cobain songs, and of course, and what happened to the bassist? What is he doing? What did he retire? What was he now a grocer? Like, why isn't he out being the bass guitarist of Nirvana? God, this pisses me off.
Wow.
Am I overreacting?
No.
A little bit.
A
little bit
angry.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like a cartoon.
It's fun to watch. It's funny to watch you try and hold your life back together by us reminiscing about the past.
Yeah. Who's doing the ohm? Who's meditating?
It's on an airplane.
Everybody meditate for 5 seconds. Ready? Let's get on track. And stop.
We let
I heard my Tibetan chanting brother.
Oh, that was really good. All right, a good egg. All right, so I DM'd you, Ethan, but I want to talk to you about the impact Comicsgate has on indies sometime on my channel and really press you on some questions as Draw and Talk. Yeah, a lot of people are asking to interview me. I'm like, all I do is talk all day long. I don't know if being on other people's shows just seems like redundant to me. The less of me, the better. We don't need any more of me.
They just want to fight you, bro.
Oh, you want to fight me? I mean,
come at me, bro. Come at me.
Wait, let me read this again. So we're going to talk about the impact that Comicsgate has on indies creators, and really press me on some questions. What impact could I possibly have on indie creators? They're invited to join us, and if they don't want to, they can just do what they're still doing. The end of the interview. Junior Ruiz, back gusto, early to rise on Indiegogo. Gojirify says Doug has a real doll harem. Doug,
that's so gross.
So you have your choices.
Hey, Doug, I got a question for you. Are they blow up dolls?
Are they what?
Blow up dolls?
No, that's not a real doll. Real doll's foam.
Okay. Real boy.
Real dolls. They have removable teeth.
Oh.
TMI.
So there's a documentary on them that it is a car wreck of humanity. It will almost make you slit your wrist when you see it. You're like, there's no, oh man, we're done.
Let me read Junior Ruiz's super chat again because I don't think I read it satisfactorily. Junior Ruiz, back Gusto, early to rise on Indiegogo. So go to Indiegogo and back his comic book Gusto, early to rise. Gusto is Gusto. So good luck to you, Junior. Rizzy Toxic Fan Lee says you are a Greek god, Uncle E. Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily. I mean, Sashi definitely accentuated some of my flaws in her drawing. But yeah, you know,
about 90%.
Yeah, I mean, I think she exaggerated some of the things that look silly about me. But if you meet me in real life, yeah, more Greek god. But that's what artists do. They satirize, you know. She's caricaturing me.
She's a cartoonist.
Yeah, exactly. Gojirify says 90s music ended with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze.
With Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
Go Ninja. Go.
Next to the no. That's not the measuring stick for music.
Speak for yourself, Kanan.
Yeah, boomer.
I am not the only one.
If it's too loud, you're too old.
Vanilla Ice, dude.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh my gosh.
Like a one-hit wonder or something like
It wasn't even that. Yeah, I mean, he made a lot of money though, but still. Oh my gosh.
Cam 1138 says, I think you misspoke. Idealized your okay, well, you know. Anyway, and other people are saying Sashi's in the chat right now. You're criticizing her. No, I'm not. Gojirify, I agree. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze was a high water mark for music in the 90s.
Oh good lord.
Well, Aaron Cook says, I've always preferred heavier grunge bands, Alice in Chains, and Soundgarden type stuff.
Oh, I love Soundgarden.
I like Black Hole Sun.
I do like Soundgarden.
The best.
I'm gonna break my rusty cage and run.
Johnny Cash did a cover of that too.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Nirvana. I didn't like Pearl Jam. I thought they took.
Yeah, I hate Eddie Vedder. Eddie Cheddar. He'd roll his eyes up in his head, and I'm like, dude, open your eyes.
That fake voice that he did that a lot of people imitated.
Yeah,
it's just a fake singing voice.
Yeah, fake grunge. Fake grunge. Courtney Love always dissed him, saying of Kurt Cobain, he's not grunge.
Yeah, I don't know. Kurt Cobain to me was the most interesting character out of all of them.
Yeah.
I thought he was, and I liked Alice in Chains. Didn't really like Soundgarden as much. I don't know. It's my taste. I like yeah, they come to rock the rooster. They come to fuck the rooster. I just said whatever that was. What did they come to do to the rooster? It wasn't the rooster. What was it?
Don't fear the rooster.
Stuff the rooster.
No, what did they want to do to the rooster in the Alice in Chains song? Yeah, they come to something the rooster.
Isn't it the snuff? It comes to snuff the rooster.
Snuff the rooster?
Yeah.
Snuff the rooster. Okay. Not F the rooster.
No, Ethan, not everything is that.
No. But yeah, everyone in the chat is saying snuff. Like a million snuffs. Stop saying F the rooster. That should be Red Rooster's soundtrack. Obviously, right? I mean, when there is the Red Rooster film
in the 90s.
Well, no, I mean, you pull that song out, that'd be pretty badass. It'd be
to
cool.
roll over the credits. Yeah.
To roll over the credits, but then they actually do it in a 1930s kind of redo that song.
Now you're talking. That is good. With like a crackly Victrola.
Or just using the trailer like Suicide Squad.
They come to snuff the rooster. Like that. Like his jazz. That would be cool.
That's awesome.
Mike Jenkins says, anyone remember Snow Informer?
Yeah. Lickety boom boom down.
So we got was a bit.
That's where I learned that you have to wear a button-up shirt with all the buttons done up with no necktie. And that was one of the things that you did in the 90s as well. You bought a rayon shirt with an absurd pattern on it that looked like In Living Color threw up all over it, and then you buttoned it all the way to the top. That was 1990. Yeah. And everybody wore mustard yellow.
Yeah.
The K7. Oh, you guys ever heard of K7 before?
I remember him too.
Yellow.
Remember them all.
There was a store called Chest King where if you wanted to dress in mustard, if you wanted to dress like Arsenio Hall.
Yeah,
man.
That is good.
You could go there.
Arsenio.
I remember one year when patterns were suddenly diagonal on the button-down shirts. Big collars, kind of like Beck, and then suddenly all the patterns went diagonal instead of up and down vertical.
Yeah. Somebody points out, don't forget the vest. Yeah, that was another thing that we used to do. Like you would wear a t-shirt with an ankh or a peace symbol chain, and then you'd wear a kind of colorful vest over that.
Yep.
Do you remember those?
To look like Paul Young or something,
Do you remember those leopard skin loafers everybody was wearing?
Skin loafers.
I was never into shoes.
Everyone was wearing these weird loafers.
This sounds so moist. Why are we having these conversations?
We're talking about what it was like in 1990, 1991. It was just,
but I'm just like, Elliot, I was never into shoes.
I was never. That was me. I was. Never I was never a shoe guy. I don't get it. Everyone's talking about their pumps and all the different big brands that they're spending all their dough on for their kicks.
I like shoes. I have a lot of shoes.
I need a Manny and a Petty.
Manny and a Petty.
The other thing was you couldn't leave if you left your jeans unrolled, it was called pegging. Amazingly, it was called pegging. Now pegging means something else.
Yeah.
But you would peg your jeans, which meant that you would grab them, you'd fold them over at the leg, the pant leg, and then you tightly roll them up, jack them up so that you could see your socks, and your socks also had to be colorful of some sort. You have colorful socks.
It's that Saved by the Bell era.
Mm-hmm. And people who didn't, if you didn't peg your pants, like people would look at you and literally they'd be like, "What are you, retarded?" Like that was the little
get your pants pegged.
Yeah, like they were really rude to you if you didn't do it. Yeah,
it's like NPCs.
Yeah.
How dare you?
And then bell bottoms came in style. Like suddenly bell bottoms. Scott Deanna says, "Don't peg the rooster." They come to peg the rooster. Then bell bottoms came in style. They tried to, and when bell bottoms came in style, it was okay to stop pegging your jeans.
Yeah, that was with Jellyfish. The band Jellyfish had the bell bottoms, kind of a '60s comeback thing, and a little bit of the Spin Doctors had a little bit of a hippie thing going with the bad cheesy
Spin Doctors were horrible, dude. They were horrible. I mean, that was a really horrible band.
If you want to buy me flowers, then go ahead.
Oh, I like that song. Little Miss
Why
Can't
do you
Be
like
Wrong.
that song? No, that's
Little Miss. It's got a hook. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
No, yeah, they had about 3 or 4 hits though. Yeah, Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
they had a song about Superman.
Kryptonite.
Yeah,
Little Miss
Jimmy
can't be wrong.
he wrote a song about wanting to bang Lois Lane and doing a better job of it than Jimmy Olsen or Superman. Horrible. And the guy was like a filthy, dirty hippie.
Dirty hippie. Yeah.
He looked like he was straight out of Charles Manson's Compound, and he was. And the worst thing about it,
that's awesome.
Who are you wearing, Dave Koresh?
The worst thing about it was that, like, oh, I gotta. The camera's still focused on me. The worst thing about it was that this was the MTV era, and so basically, everyone did live music all the time. If you turned on MTV, it was all music.
Yeah.
And the Spin Doctors were always on everything. And so, and they'd always, it was never like a quick little, hey, we're just going to kind of overdub or we're going to lip sync to our hit. They would perform it. And I really gained a loathing for their live performances.
What about Fine Young Cannibals?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love me
That was the
crazy.
Good. Oh, Johnny.
Remember Four Non Blondes?
Yep.
Oh,
that
man.
was horrible. That was the same. Everybody pretended to like Four Non Blondes. I was like, this is a terrible song. Like, what are you talking about? And the other thing is that, they would perform it live too. And the woman could not sing on key. She couldn't sing on key. So I said, hey, yeah. I said, hey, yeah.
Yeah, the big greasy fog hat floppy top hat.
Women with that was when I started to see women with dreadlocks, and I was like, all right, that's enough. And hairy armpits. I was like, put it all back in the box. We got to start over again. Back to the 80s.
Antifa prototypes.
Exactly. Oh my
That's the new band. They're coming back. They've renamed themselves Antifa
Prototype.
And this is what pisses me off about this. The more I think about it, I think about like the 1980s and how clean everyone was in the Reagan era. Like in the Reagan era, it was Zack from Saved by the Bell. Like you really had to be stylish. You were, it was like you were never filthy. You shaved your face. You had your hair combed. You wore Ocean Pacific.
OP.
What did you wear in the
or Izod.
Izod. And then suddenly in the 90s, like it was okay to look like a homeless person. And that was the effect it had on me when I first saw people starting to dress like grunge. I was like, oh, so you're allowed to dress like a homeless person now. And then people got dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. And people are now, they've achieved maximum dirt.
Yeah. Rob Zombie looked like they pulled someone out of just like a homeless rehab.
Oh yeah. But I mean, if you took someone from the 1980s, like you took Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future, and you said, hey, we're going to actually bring you to the legitimate future, like the real future, and show you the way people look in the year 2018. Yeah. Michael J. Fox would be like, "Oh my God, it's like global poverty. Everyone's homeless."
Like this is Mad Max.
Is there Mad Max? Is there a water shortage that nobody can shower? Like, what is going on?
I never stopped Biff.
This is not real, guys. It's not real.
Absolutely terrible.
Oh, Professor Brown.
Talk.
His crackling voice. Poor guy.
People are just dirty. They're just filthy.
Dirty D's, damn it.
Gojirify says Postmodern Jukebox could do that Red Rooster or the cover for Red Rooster. Yeah, they could. That's a good Postmodern Jukebox has a YouTube channel where they'll perform modern songs in like kind of a 1930s.
Oh, is that with the big clown guy?
I don't know. I've seen a woman.
I think it's a lady. She's a lead.
Oh, okay, because I know that he's performed with them before. Puddles the clown.
Meanwhile, hip hop.
You know what? Who wants to come on here and who sends me messages sometimes? It was like, hey, it's the racist clown from the Howard Stern show. What's that guy's name?
Oh, damn! How do I not know that? No. Man, Hank the Angry. No, that's not Hank the Angry Drunk.
No. And I can't remember his. I'm telling you, I'm getting bad with names in my old age.
Yucko the Clown.
Yucko the Clown. Yucko the Clown wants to come on. I'm like, I don't know if it's the right time for Yucko the Clown to come on Comicsgate Live. I'm not sure that it's the right time or the right atmosphere.
I would discourage that.
Yeah. Yucko the Clown. I'm not so sure. But yeah, I've heard from him. Hey, I'm doing a comic book. Come on.
He's got a comic book too. Oh,
can I be Comicsgate?
Yeah, I was like, I can picture that. That'd be great.
Twitter would be ablaze.
Oh yeah. Ren would definitely be roasting you. She would be whipping the friends. Yeah.
Totally, because Saki says it's not like he's going to be worse than Nasser. I was like, that's true. I mean, so.
No, Yucko's funny.
That's a high bar.
Yeah. Yucko has said some funny things. But Yucko did a cartoon before. Why not? Probably not. Tell Yucko to super chat his way on. Is there a bad time to have a racist clown on? Says Scott the artist. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd run that by you guys. Gordon Gersherell style, says Mike Jenkins. Demogenize says the triple fat goose trench coat, BK's finest. Gojirify says spin doctors were bald too, Ethan. Were they really back then? Were the spin doctors bald? I remember dirty. I just remember dirt. I don't remember anything else. I just remember dirt. Mike Jenkins, Rude Dog and the Dweebs t-shirt. Junkyard Done for 500 yen says we need 1 week where everyone on the stream uses pictures of themselves from the 90s for their avatar.
Oh, no.
That's awesome.
Mini 90s CG reunion. Well, you've all seen me. Gojirify, if Marty saw the real future, he would have gone ahead and effed his mom. Johnny Dollar, the movie Blast from the Past totally punked the 90s for looking apocalyptic. Yeah, you're right. That was a good movie. I'm really pissed off about what happened to Brendan Fraser.
Oh, he's coming back in some DC TV show, Doom Patrol, I think.
Really? I hope he gets working.
Yeah, he's the Robot Man or whatever the dude's name is.
Oh, okay, so they'll cover the bald spot and do all that.
He's like a thoroughly broken man. Every time I see him, like, how did that happen to you? Like, your whole thing used to be like too cool for school, kind of like a budget Harrison Ford, and now it's like
he did that Gods and Monsters movie with Ian McKellen.
That movie got nominated for Oscars. And
serious
stuff.
career,
yeah. I don't know what happened. He was in the Mummy movies.
Yeah, School Ties with Matt Damon. I remember
that. Harry Bergeron says the Pixies were the best underrated band at the end of the 80s and start of the 90s. Come at me. Underrated, yeah.
I only know one of their songs, and it's good.
I like that song. Underrated. I like Caribou. I like the Pixies. I like Here Comes Your Man, and I
Where is my mind?
When was the Black Crowes? When
that's 90s, yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
I was in a band in the early 90s, and we sang Black Crow songs. I sang Jealous Again over and over again. I have that whole song memorized.
Roundhead. That's the Ryan Johnson song. Roundhead.
New content right there. Bam.
Pixies were soy. They gave us were so soy they gave us Kurt Cobain. Pixies were great. I like Frank Black did a nice cover of the Beach Boys Hang On to Your Ego, which was and it was a hit in the 90s. Hang On to Your Ego was an early version of what was the Beach Boys song that it was from Pet Sounds. What was that song?
Cemetery.
The Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery Sounds. That's the Halloween.
I know there's an answer. Yeah. But I like the Pixies. They were around for a little while. It was good stuff. Jay Chimpansky says I sang Jealous Again for karaoke a couple weeks ago. Nice. Yeah. Brendan Fraser's career shook hands with Ethan. Says
I just saw that. That's what this was crazy, man.
Danny Agent 87 for 40 yen, I think, says, please get Gilbert, the creator of Lair, on the show. I don't know who that is, and I don't know what Lair is. What, you know?
Oh, I had Gilbert on my channel last night, and raised a few shekels for him. He's only trying to raise $1,000. He's already at like 36% funded.
Oh, that's doable.
So yeah,
Cool. We can make that happen. Is he good, or does he suck?
Yeah, oh yeah, he cool
Be
people.
honest, while you're on the air to 1,000 people.
No. I like I said, I put him on my channel, and trust me, everybody be asking. I'm only putting certain people on if I like the project. So.
Oh, good.
Who would you bury if you had a pet cemetery near you?
Oh, that's a good question. Good Halloween question, Critias.
A hamster.
A hamster.
Oh, speaking of Halloween, while you guys are thinking about your answers, you guys were talking about the other day a good scary stuff or ghost stories.
Your nightmare, your worst nightmare.
There's a great show on Netflix right now called The Haunting at Hill House.
I heard somebody talking about it.
I think Ethan, you should see it.
Well, I mean, it's a movie. I mean,
no, it's a series. It's up your alley. It's a good series.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I'll take a look. I think I actually saw that. I was poking through Netflix the other day, and I saw that and went, "Huh." But I'm not allowed to watch any scary things in this house.
Well,
I got these kids, and they're just like, I have nightmares. I'm like, look, I saw Poltergeist when I was 10.
Yeah,
you're 11. You can see Poltergeist. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my kids to watch Poltergeist this year for Halloween.
That's a good start. It's a good start into horror.
My kids laugh at Poltergeist. They're like, Poltergeist. I tried.
That's kiddie stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still find it genuinely unnerving. I like ghosts. Exorcist, I find kind of like sad. Exorcist 2 is much scarier, I think.
The Heretic.
Yeah, much scarier. You got George C. Scott, who is great in everything. George C. Scott.
Oh, he was in 3.
That was in 3. Yeah,
oh, 3. I'm thinking of 3 then. I'm thinking of
yeah, I've heard I haven't seen it, but I've heard that's really scary.
Yeah, George C. Scott was good. He used to beat women in the 1960s.
Wow. He was Patton, right?
Yeah, he was Patton. I think
times were different. Times were different then.
Yeah, they were. They're better,
Oh wow!
No, I didn't mean.
Oh, he meant the price of gas, you dummies.
Yeah, I meant because yeah,
that is Halloween right there. That's better.
Right. Yeah, the 60s were a better time, I think. I wasn't in them. I didn't exist in the 60s, but it was a better time. I meant Camelot. People were optimistic, and they felt like we could go to the moon.
Did we really go to the moon?
Oh no! Don't. Is the world really round? I mean, guys, come on.
I'm not a flat earther, but I've seen some of those documentaries where they're going, "Yeah, they covered it up. Yeah, you notice we've never gone back, haven't you?"
Flat earthing though is becoming huge on the internet. It's like it's a thing. And that's what scares me is like the moon conspiracy started somewhere and then blew up. And the truthers at 9/11, it blew up. And now we've got a bunch of flat earthers and everyone's watching those videos going, they're making good points.
It started with Blair Witch Project. That ruined everything. No one can trust anything anymore.
Honestly, man, I think it's still all part of the same issue that we're dealing with even with comics. It's just spreading in different mediums and different styles. It was the same stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, if you watch Mad Men, that is what the 1960s are. In the 1960s, you could have a picnic on the ground, and then you just pick up your blanket and shake it off, into the.
Yeah, you could eat a popsicle and just like throw the wrapper and the stick on the ground, and no one called the police on you. Everyone, you just threw it on the. If you were done with your, you'd pull your beer tab. And then you throw the tab on the ground. Then you drink your beer, and it did not collapse because it wasn't aluminum. It was hard tin. You just throw it on the side of the road.
It becomes part of the earth again in some way eventually.
Back in the day.
Where is that stuff now? I ask you, where is that litter now? It's gone. So
yeah, I don't see it. I haven't seen it. When have you seen a tin can on the side of the road? Or a beer tab?
It's in Hoboken, New Jersey. What are you talking about? I just saw it there.
It floated. They made it their state bird.
Wow.
Old rusty cans.
Garbage.
State bird. Then it looks like they dumped the whole state on purpose.
We're gonna go to Hoboken. Let's take a trip to Hoboken. Do a
It
live.
has the word hobo in the name.
Hoboken. I know.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah, but it's like Hoboken. Like you know, there's a little
can of pork and beans. Can of pork and beans heated up over a fire by the train tracks. Hoboken.
Or
I
you
don't think
can't.
it's like that though, Doug. I don't think it's like that. You know, I think when I said I've never been to Hoboken, but I'm going to go up there. I said, yeah, Cyberpunk takes place in a kind of a North Jersey kind of ghetto like Hoboken. People went, you haven't been to Hoboken. It's really nice up there. And I was like, I confess. I just drive through it, kind of like past it on the way to New York City. I've never actually stopped in Hoboken. But there's a walking tour of Frank Sinatra's life. Because Frank Sinatra was born and grew up in Hoboken.
That's right.
You can go see all of the places that Frank Sinatra, I don't know, hung out in.
Got drunk and beat guys up in the bar.
Have you taken your wife there?
No, she wants to go. And I'm you know, there's a walking tour of Frank Sinatra's life. It's all mapped out. You can look it up on Google. I think I'd like to take her there and just say, you know, let's have a Frank Sinatra day. She's a big Sinatra fan.
Yeah.
Just offer her that, or we can go to the Florida Keys. And if she picks Hoboken, then I don't know. That's unfortunate. I think you're getting out pretty cheap on a trip to Hoboken.
That's true.
For the beloved.
You know, Frank Sinatra used to beat women.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Is there a trend here?
I was saying, I was like, what a
Give him a ride.
I miss
1-800.
You know, back in the 60s.
I miss the days when you didn't think about these sort of things, and you didn't find out till like 30, 40 years later. Oh my gosh, that's terrible news. I didn't know.
Times were different.
Yeah, times were different. They were better.
Now we know.
Not for that reason.
Because the cost of gas was really cheap.
Yeah.
You could get a Snickers for a nickel.
Popsicles tasted better, from what I understand.
Oh yeah. So did French fries at McDonald's.
That was a big deal. You know, in Mad Men, which I'm about to start watching again, you know, Howard Johnson's opens up. You know, it's like, hey, this is a Howard Johnson's. And it was for businessmen. Like you would go, oh, this is perfect for a business trip. It's a nice little vacation destination. A Howard Johnson's. You know, it's like, that's amazing. McDonald's is like, hey, you know, it feeds a family.
Yeah.
You wait in line for McDonald's.
Yeah. Doctors recommended these Philip Morris brand cigarettes.
Well, they were smooth on your lungs.
They were smooth on your lungs. Doctors recommended.
They were smooth on your T-zone. You know, these cigarettes. They were simple. Yeah, better times. They were better. You know, if you don't have to worry about smoking, it was a better time. The problem is that you have to worry about it now. That's what makes life less rewarding.
Yeah, there was no Geico Gecko to ruin everything with all the little smart aleck, smarty pants characters on TV acting
all of those insurance what's her name?
Progressive
Flo.
Who's in Mad Men? In Mad Men.
Was awesome.
Was she in Mad Men?
Yeah.
Really?
That's where she got famous. Wasn't she in Mad Men?
No.
Flo?
Yeah, the Flo
making
chick.
shit up.
Okay, I could be way off.
Where's the chat?
I'm going to effort that. Hold on, I'm going to effort that. I don't know why I had that in my head. That she
feel free to look it up, and you know, not that I know of. I mean, it's possible. She had a small role, but she wasn't in it in any substantial way. You know.
Wait, but she did have a small role, right?
I don't know. I'm saying she might have. That might be where you heard it, but I don't. You know.
He's humoring you, Doug.
No, Riot Kitty says Flo was in Mad Men.
Boom, boom,
Doug just passed a kidney stone on air.
See, I'm not even responding to Flo. I just blew something out and it hurt a lot. Oh, came right on my side. Ow.
But yeah, if she was in Mad, the point is this: that's not where she got famous. She was already Flo. Flo was already around, and she might have ended up with a small role in Mad Men. But you know. I don't think that's fair.
Are you still going to watch Mad Men, even though?
No, you ruined it for me. Is the gecko in it? If the gecko's in it,
that redhead girl's in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, woman.
Yeah, she's real.
Yeah. You know, in that show, Don Draper beats women.
He's bringing.
Oh man.
That happened in the mafia show too. What's it called?
Yeah.
Sopranos. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm
I've
not
never
saying
I don't
anything.
know. It's just shocking when you yeah, George C. Scott. Like I think of him as Scrooge. George C. Scott was Scrooge in the 80s. Like he did the
that was a
Christmas.
good one too.
That was actually my favorite Christmas Carol movie. That was the one with George C. Scott. I found it on Amazon.
Margaret Merkel's like, geez, Ethan, listen, a joke works when you do it 3 times. You have to do it 3 times.
And
So
you
that
have
was
to
the
do it-
last
You have to
time.
do it straight faced, or you're a coward. If you sit there and say, "I'm just joking," then you're not a comedian.
Didn't Sean Connery do that too?
Sean Connery. Well, yeah, I think he beat men too. Burt Reynolds had a contract in every show he was on so every writer who worked on one of his shows, like Coach, that if he was, or Nightshade or whatever it was, that if they were on the show, they had a contingency where if they were punched by Burt Reynolds, they couldn't sue the company.
Wow.
Because he punched so many writers and people he worked with on everything he was ever on.
That's a good contract. Like Harvey Weinstein had the same thing. Like Harvey Weinstein had it built into his contract that he was going to sexually abuse some of the people that came in. Like that was in his contract.
Yeah, they couldn't. That's why they couldn't bump him from the company, because he was protected.
Right.
Like
some of them.
So know thyself, guys. I got to jump. I'd love to get more Bigfoot Bill backers. Just saying.
Let me see about that. Bigfoot Bill, everyone. Doug TenNaples' Bigfoot Bill graphic novel. Right now, it's at $111,739. We'd love to see it get to 112.
112 would be wonderful.
Magnificent. Yeah. If you guys want to, I'm going to put the link in the description. We would really appreciate your support. Doug is funny. He definitely that will come out in his comics as well.
And he beats women.
Yeah, that's and I'm woman beating approved. And look,
no, you're not. You're not. I'm not. Listen, I'm condemning women beaters. I'm just saying.
Are we off that now? I'm sorry.
No. I never
keep up with all this Comicsgate, with all the trends in Comicsgate. It's hard to keep up.
It was just a fact. I wasn't saying this is good that he does it. I was just saying, if you said, "Hey, tell me a little bit about George C. Scott," I'd be like, "Oh, he beat women."
This is from the sketchbook. I'm working on the. This is the Bigfoot Bill, the sketchbook that comes with the campaign. This is an Ashcan prequel story to Poseidon that I'm working on. Look at Poseidon. Look at this handsome guy. That's back before he got captured in the cryptozone.
I accidentally typed Bigot Bill. Into it.
Wow.
Oh, no.
That's a whole different book. Like you can do Bigot Bill after Bigfoot Bill. But Bigfoot Bill, the link is in the description now of the chat. So go over there, buy a copy, support Doug, and support all of his good work.
Thanks, you guys. You guys have been very good to me, and especially you, Ethan. Thanks to all my friends here. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. We're happy to know you, Doug.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Turtles. Kanan, what are you doing? Kanan got into that turtles chat there. The talk of turtles.
That's a good one.
Splendopia says, Ethan, make all your followers stop beating women for 1 week, or I'm labeling Comicsgate a hate group.
Wow.
All right, I would like to put that out there. Everyone, please stop beating women for 7 days. So today is the 7th. Is it the 17th already? My God. Yeah. So
You know everybody's gonna give you flack for this.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why. Ryan Johnson is trying to be high tea, talking about the Dodgers nonstop. It's creepy, says Ian Howe. Oh, I got to see that. Ryan Johnson talking sports. Damajani, $2. TFG trench coat was the ish to wear in BK in the 90s. A trench coat.
Trench coats.
Yeah. Well, you're thinking about that's like the mid 90s. That's when Kevin Smith and
that was like they started doing gothic stuff.
Johnny Dollar says, I visited the Hojos in Lake George, New York. The Howard Johnsons, yeah. Paragon, $5. Sean Connery said, "I would never strike a woman with a closed fist." That's a gentleman. That is a gentleman. I'll slap the shit out of you.
Knock him to the ground. That's what I do.
What a swell guy.
Lord. Yeah.
So
Terrible.
honorable.
Yeah, so compassionate.
Well, it was a different time. It was a different time.
Did you ever hear the story about what the rule of thumb came from?
What? No.
Supposedly, I heard this from someone, and this would be someone that would know this type of thing. That supposedly the rule of thumb was that you couldn't beat your wife with a stick any bigger or any bolder or thicker than your thumb.
Than your thumb. I heard that. Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
That was a rule. Matt Becker says, "Tell Doug to shut the fuck up for 1 week, or Comicsgate is a hate group."
He's gone.
Well, he left, so I guess it worked.
These are a lot of demands that I've got to put on. I can do it though. Just give me a list. I don't want Comicsgate to be a hate group at all. So let me know what I need to do. I'll make sure that it gets done. As the boss of everyone. People are saying it's an urban myth. The thumb thing. I don't know if that's an urban myth. And by the way, what if you have huge thumbs? Look at my thumbs. Hot Rebel 86 says Ethan has toe thumbs. So that's like, listen, that's trouble. That is trouble. All right. Well, listen, this has been, I've been doing this for 3 hours. I could talk to you guys forever. I'm grateful that you guys are here in the audience. I'm grateful for the super chats. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support of this channel and of this show. I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. for Comicsgate Live. We're going to get some more people. Those of you who are saying things like, "Hey, get this guy on, get this guy on, get that guy on," tell them to come my way. Let me just look at their comics. I'll take a few minutes to look and decide. It's sad. I do have to kind of have standards here and make sure that the person who comes on the show is a legit, talented comic book professional, at least potential professional. But let me have a look and see if there's anybody new that we want to add, and let's have a big Comicsgate Live family party tonight. Just rock it out. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Word.
Support Critias's Detective Dead.
Yes,
Detective Dead on Indiegogo. Support Antonio's incredible brand, Antonio and Kanan's brand on Indiegogo. And Elliot, what do you have? Is your Black and Red book still going?
No, that we are done with that now, and we're in the middle of getting things out this week, starting shipping everything. So that, along with I'll be working on all the commissions that came with those final 2 tiers over the course of the next month, so that everything can be shipped out by the end of October.
Cool.
So we're super excited about that, and again, I want to thank everybody that supported that. That was super dope. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate it.
All right. With that, have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tonight at 9. Bye-bye.
No.